everybody. Welcome back to another fun-filled episode of the Genesa ThoughtLab Podcast.
Yeah, this one's definitely fun-filled. We got to sit down with Jim Vanderhorst of Rebel Cause Films. I'm sure you've seen his work everywhere. I think we've given him a shout-out in every single one of the podcasts we've done, just because his videography is usually what adorns the projector screen behind us. Mm-hmm. He's everywhere when it comes to being at a festival scene. He's in backstage, underneath you, on top of the stage, is just getting awesome shots. And we just so happened to have our friend Dave King, Longwalkshortdock, rolling through town on his tour. He decided to come in and kind of just be a guest as well. Mm-hmm.
Which is good, because that means we got to make up for a little bit of lost time with our previous episode. I think it was number 2 that we did with him, where we lost a bunch of audio and video. So we're way far past that now. Yeah.
So all of the silliness is captured in HD 1080p. This one turned out great. We crushed, I think, 24 beers in the time that they were here. So understandably, it gets pretty sloppy at the end. We don't really cover any hard content. We do get a little bit of insight into who Rebel Cause Films is and where it started and where it's going. But then it just went completely off track from there, and it was hilarious. Mm-hmm. So we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we hope you will too.
Yeah, we've just recently launched, I guess it'll be launching when this podcast comes out. We have a Patreon account for supporters that want to donate little pennies here and there a month or per episode to help us make this work. And we are also finally launching our GoFundMe campaign to put together all of the equipment that we need to take this podcast to the festivals during the summer. I know we've talked about it on previous podcasts. We've kind of been alluding to it, but we're finally going to reach out and put together this co-creation crowdfundme.
Yeah.
GoFundMe, crowdfunding, whatever it is.
It's the same thing. Regardless, if you are interested in helping us out, please do not hesitate to visit www.genesaproject.com, and all of the information will be there. We'll also just generally post links about the Book of Faces. And
we'll be sharing it on social media, but we'll restructure the website a little so that can be the hub for any of this stuff. Just go there and you can find it really easily. But for now, enjoy this sloppy podcast with 4 good friends just going crazy. See you guys later. Bye. Shall we?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we on?
Did we start already?
No.
Well, fuck it. We're live. Let's just run with it.
Okay.
We're getting less and less critical of how we start the podcast, because that's usually where we just overthink it.
I don't know if I was
should we
feeling
do
that the beginning part.
Yeah, I don't think you enunciated your very, very nicely. We just it's way easier just to hit record and get right into it.
Well, regardless, we are back here once again with the lovely Longwalkshortdock, Dave King.
I'm Dave.
We're also here.
He happens to be in Calgary just to sit in and talk some shit on our
he's
episode.
in Mom and Dad's house. It's a free hotel as per usual. Mom and Dad.
It's a pretty nice hotel. Shout out to Dave's mom and dad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Tell your mom I say hi.
You guys should come meet them. They'd love you. Actually,
we have a couple times, in passing.
Broken City years ago.
Oh, years ago. That was fun.
Yeah.
But we're here with this episode is technically slated for Jim Vanderhorst, Rebel Cause Films. I think we've actually probably done a shout out to Jim in almost all of our episodes so far.
So many videos that we put on the back, and
your work is just it's pinnacle for throwing on the projector. And
for the people, by the people.
So for the YouTube viewers, that's pretty much what's going to be on the screen the whole time.
Yeah.
And for the rest, you get nothing.
Eventually it'll just be like that dancing baby from 1998. Over and over and over again.
Hell yeah. So what is this actually that we're watching? This
is a music video I did for my friends Elvis Freshly. They're a Victoria-based hip-hop group. 2 rappers, a guitarist, and a DJ. And on this one they let me do some really cool fading and weird projection effects.
Sweet.
So I thought it'd be a cool way to start it because I do a lot of documenting. Every now and again, I actually get to do a music video and get to do some more creative stretching of my own because I have like full training in cinematography and lighting and all that stuff. And I'm just documenting stuff because I love this community and culture and everything. But it's also fun to switch mornings and do stuff like this.
What kind of education? Like, where did you level up?
I first went to UVic,
Yeah.
and I got a minor in film theory there. And UVic would have been a pretty dry waste of my whole lifetime, but I found a really amazing mentor there. And really, like, education is all about finding a really good mentor. So I had this really cool mentor named Brian Hendricks, who he actually was diagnosed with terminal cancer right when I started taking his classes. So he switched his class formats to be just whatever he wanted to do. So he would stand up at the class for an hour and talk philosophy and, you know, life, the universe, and everything, just like the brass tacks, the hard stuff. And then we'd like go smoke a doobie with a couple other students and then come back and spend 2 hours watching like a Coen Brothers movie or some Russian art film or just something. And he was always just telling me to do something nobody would expect of you, do the opposite road of that you wouldn't that nobody would know. He let me like just make more movies instead of writing essays and all that stuff. He just like
doing
bent the
regular
system so that I
curriculum.
could get the education he wanted me to have, which was really awesome. And,
So it was like a one-on-one thing, or were you with a class?
we had huge classes, but they became us talking.
That's cool.
Yeah, I tend to like hijack my classes and not take notes.
If I get along with the teacher too, it's like, oops, we're friends now, and I'm just going to talk and sidetrack the whole curriculum. And
Totally.
some people will get on board, and some people will be like,
What the fuck? These guys again?
all the tests wound up being what the teacher remembers talking about in the class.
Yeah.
So if you hijack the conversation and talk to your professor or whatever about everything, you're going to have it all. And at least that worked for me.
I wish
Yeah.
that was the way it worked for me in college. When I was in college, our instructor would go off on these crazy, ridiculous tangents about her life as a scrub nurse and talk nothing about what we were supposed to be learning. So at the end of the day, she'd be like, okay, well, now you have 27 pages to read in your textbook and you need to take this amount of notes and answer all these questions because we did not do a fucking thing in class today. Have fun.
Shitty teachers. I kind of had a similar situation with learning carpentry. My carpentry teacher was like a Vietnam vet. He reminded me of like Hank Hill's dad from King of the Hill, like no shins, just like super short and like
No shit,
feisty.
just like Twinkie Tibbles.
Just like Twinkie Tibbles, yeah. But he was about to retire. It was his last year, and him and I just
kind of phoning her in for you.
yeah. But we talked shit.
So
We
this
got
is
along-
wood. You should know that at least.
Yeah, my cinematography teacher was like that. I went back a couple years later and took like direct cinematography classes once I realized what I needed to learn and what I didn't know. And I had this one professor who would like literally had gotten kicked out of Hollywood for doing things like cutting trees down in the middle of a shot so that it would fuck up his shot. Yeah. But the other guy
Some
started out
inspiration to
doing
us all.
music videos, and he was like a really into doing it yourself and finding out how to do it, and like eventually the union came to him, and that's
Yeah.
kind of been like that really inspired me to just go outside the box of things. Like he did this movie called
Yeah.
Hardcore Logo. Have you guys heard of it?
No.
Yep, that was one of the few films that had the. My first job was working at Blockbuster Video, and there was only a
me
couple
too.
tapes. Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about this. That got that. Remember that little sticker, the like youth restricted viewing sticker, where you
Oh,
actually had to
God,
check
yeah,
ideas.
yeah, I
Yeah, it was like
remember
the
the blue
first
and
6 or
orange
7
spot.
like UFCs.
Yeah.
That one and like 2 or 3 others. And that was it. It was all in the special interest section.
Behind
Yeah.
the curtain.
I went on my VHT. No curtains. No, it wasn't that lowbrow. They didn't have a curtain section there.
Man, you remember when video stores had the curtain and the beads? It with the beads so that it made noise.
Remember
you
when
were-
Yes.
video stores, anything?
Yeah, right.
Remember
Blockbuster.
Something video stores. Remember
Is there any
cassettes?
video stores now? Like I know
Mom and pop
Blockbuster-
ones have survived.
There's some
the
good
ones
ones
that
in
were
Van.
always
Yeah,
struggling
classic
are
ones.
now alive and the only ones. In Vancouver anyway. I don't know what
Yeah.
Calgary's like, but in Vancouver there's still 5 or 6 that are like
And you can get
super
cool weird stuff
pretentious
there.
and beautiful.
And you get
Yeah.
like the buy sell trade DVD stores, like that one up on Center Street. That's like video games and DVDs and movies and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that's more like a pawn shop situation.
I feel like I only really ever see them in like foreign 7-Eleven environment where they've got like a section.
Or
where they rent
small
movies.
town where the gas station is the corner store,
Yeah,
is the grocery store,
totally.
is
Langdon.
the movie store,
Langdon's
is the
got a big
fish
one.
and tackle store.
Yep.
When I lived in Ramsey, I went into this bodega corner store, and I walked in, and there was literally just VHSs. They didn't even have DVDs. It was just like, you can rent The Matrix now.
Wow.
VHS. I still like
Creep me out.
VHS.
I just had to
Got
walk
that
down
warm
backwards.
feeling, like
Format doesn't matter,
I
but
like
if
it.
it is any other format, I'm gonna need the device that plays it.
You can. Well, you're in luck. Any Salvation Army and/or cash converters and/or
yeah, you
thrift
can still
store,
get
you can
them.
get a nice VHS guy for
I think-
a couple bucks.
This is probably
Maybe one of those red Corvette rewinding things.
yeah, right. Remember when like telephones were like that too? They were all. You could get telephones that were like lips, like the Rolling Stones lips. And
Oh,
it would be
yeah.
split in half and turned into a telephone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, the world has changed.
It's good that some things have gone away.
Whatever, man. The early 90s was better because nostalgia.
We're old now.
But Hardcore Logo was a good early 90s thing. It was like a really cool movie.
No, it was
like a
good.
fake
And it's still good.
documentary
Yeah.
about a punk band getting back together and going on the road.
Yeah.
And they did all these really guerrilla things. Like my mentor told me about how he once like climbed on the back of this RV as I was going through the Coquihalla Highway. You know those like sections with the lit up sections, the
Right.
avalanche zones or something.
Yep.
And like there's a guy sticking his head up through the bubble, the observation bubble, and he's just like hanging on the back of this RV filming it as they go through.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, so like that was the kind of inspiration that I had to come and start documenting things.
So did you grow up in Van or Victoria, right?
No, I actually grew up in a small town called the Comox Valley.
Comox Valley.
Which is where
Triple
Mount
C
Washington is. Which means Courtney,
Courtney,
Cumberland,
Comox,
and
Cumberland.
Comox. 3 small towns that think that they're not one big town. They are, but they insist on having 3 city councils, effectively meaning that they
Oh.
can't accomplish anything to develop anything. But that's how they like it. It's like nice and stagnant.
They're bureaucrats, Morty. I don't respect them.
Like it's a beautiful place, and especially Cumberland is like full of awesome hippies that are doing really cool forward-thinking things. Then other parts of the town are a little bit frozen in time.
Have you been back there anytime?
I don't
Since
go-
do you still have family?
Yeah, I
There?
got family there, and like there's a nice little festival called Atmosphere Gathering run by some.
Oh,
of my
that's
friends
where that
there.
is?
Yeah,
Cool. I've heard good
it's-
things about that.
Yeah, it's a really good vibe. It's right in the middle of the town, so it's not like a rave, let's go crazy. It's like, okay, we're here to experience music and art, and at 2, go off into the forest, into the house party zone.
Yeah.
And that's where things get weird. But it's like a family. It's kind of like Astral Harvest, which was just on TV a second ago.
Yeah.
In that it's like family
Oh, now there's
friendly.
that.
Kids are encouraged. This is the opposite of family friendly.
yeah.
I don't think anyone will ever be allowed to do
This
that at
was a-
Shambhala ever again.
Oh, did they get catch
yeah.
flack for that? Yeah,
Yeah,
what we're
I
seeing right now is
heard a little bit, yeah.
girls covered in white paint wearing
Pretty much nothing.
That's Sela and her friend Trouble that were on the hoop.
Shout out Cosmic Commotion right there.
Shout out to Ski Tour. Those guys were hilarious. We had them in here, and that was a riot.
What gems.
What gems?
Yeah, that was the first episode that I listened to.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been there for that one.
I was going to adjust the lights just to make sure it like looks good on the thing. But check
Get a
this
little
out.
bit of the screen in the background.
You can
I
just, like,
appreciate this.
Red,
play
purple,
with the
blue,
color.
green.
Things have come a long way since going to San Francisco
Holy
and
crap.
buying the $60 black light.
they're
Is this like a
awesome.
new feature on the show? Or are we
Yeah, well, I
doing a new
bought 4 of
trippiness?
these lights, these
I
Philips
love it.
Hues, so that we could adjust not only the brightness but the color balance, the white balance, and you can fuck around with color. It's super dope. I love them.
Neat.
And you can get different apps for them. Like there's one app where you can turn them into candles, so they like flicker in like different oranges and stuff.
Yeah,
and- yeah.
People's houses have gotten so interesting since I lived in one.
What should we go a little bit red? No, okay, we'll stop fucking with the color. I just wanted to.
So this is
There,
Shambhala
okay.
for everyone that's just like barely paying attention to us and
Yeah.
zoning in on the
Yeah.
background. Doing this.
We are guaranteed to be all over the
Greatest
place in
festival
this
in the
one.
universe. Yeah.
Yeah. Highly recommend that if you're listening to this one, you should probably just hop onto YouTube and watch the video for this one or GenesaProject.com. Because there's a lot of cool shit that Jim has done as a videographer up on the screen here that you are totally missing out on.
And the name of your channel, Jim?
Oh,
yeah,
This is
Doesn't even
actually
know.
just my likes that we've gone through because
Yeah,
I
it was
have
just
to
an easy
log all
playlist
of
to
my
grab.
own videos.
You know, you try and set up your friend and
Right.
I meant to say you can follow
Shameless
Rebel Cause Films on Facebook.
Yeah, you got a website too? We check that
I
out.
do, rebelcausefilms.com. Very basic website. Like I'm
Basic bitches.
Yeah, like it's funny. My job is largely in helping people promote themselves as artists, so I do very little to promote myself.
not true. No, it happened codependently.
Like I said earlier, we've given you a shout out in like almost every
You
one of
guys
the
promote me a lot. I
podcasts.
love you guys. Thank you so much. Every time I hear it on the
those
podcast,
guys.
I'm just like, oh,
You've,
thanks,
yeah,
guys.
Jim's
That's
done
nice.
amazing. Every video that you've seen that we've posted basically has been Jim's work, and
Yep.
I try
a
to
lot
work
of
hard.
pretty much all of the
I
festival
work to
recap
try
videos.
hard. Sorry.
Are you all booked up this summer? You got got a
I've
circuit.
got a bunch of things happening and a bunch of things that are in that, you know, like it's March, April, we're 85% of the way there, but I wouldn't want to like say anything
Yeah, of
loud
course.
just in case it jinxes
It's
it.
like
Like
we're
one time
right-
I got a contract to film the guy from Earth, Wind and Fire, and I immediately went and made a post about it because I was so excited. I was like, the dude from Earth, Wind and Fire, I'm going to film this. This is the best. And it fell apart within days. I was like,
Oh, I freaked out so hard.
right? Like, I mean, I love working with the local culture stuff, but every now and again I work with somebody super famous and crazy, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like, what is happening to me in my life? This is like, I met Datsik recently, and he was the nicest guy in the world, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I just expected you to have like the presence of a woolly mammoth.
Of a ridiculous
But he's
dubstep
just a
DJ.
dude. Yeah.
yeah, at least that.
Yeah.
At least that.
Well, and everything that Fi's doing now, like he just got brought on for the Junos.
Yeah, the
like that
National
whole
Music
program.
Center that we were working with for a bunch of our shows.
Shout out to Fi, best photographer.
Third eye.
They
Yeah,
picked
it's
up
right
Fi
there.
because of the photography that he was doing at our shows. They were really appreciating that, as well as our sound tech Corey Berg. He just got hired as an audiovisual and sound tech at the new National Music Center location.
Oh,
That was like
where the Bima guys are making their bass ship thing?
no, I don't think
No,
they're
that's
making it there.
Beakerhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
Beakerhead
different.
is like a science exhibit, which is super dope. Like last year, they
Speaker or beaker?
Beakerhead.
I will be here
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Beakerhead.
Yeah.
That I can say.
Yeah,
I
well,
would-
yeah, Bima,
I'll go for that.
they basically just got this massive grant to do this awesome. Actually, grab a picture of it because they have it posted.
It's pretty
but
epic.
it's a big interactive spaceship thing that's going to have speakers
Awesome.
all around it. It's going to be interactive video mapped environments that kids can run up and just play with. And
By kids, you mean like us, right?
yeah, totally.
Anybody that can figure out the game that is afoot.
Yeah.
Lee and Ben explained it to me recently, and it's like super cool, next level stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
cool because Beakerhead, what they do is, like the first year that it happened here, they had 3 different locations set up in downtown, and they encouraged getting your bike and making a night of it. Like, go to this location and then go to the next one and get on your bike. And so there's people riding around all through downtown that were enjoying these science exhibits. One of them was Tesla coils, these big Tesla coils that a dude in the middle had like this fucking, I don't know, it was like a lead suit or something, and he was playing guitar, and the notes on the guitar, every time he played a note on the guitar, the Tesla coil would like zap him, and it would like the electricity was like running through his body, and he was making music with the electricity. And then there was also a stage where there was this band called Compressor Head that played. The band
All
was
robots.
completely comprised of robots.
That's not the
What?
Z Machine stuff, is it? That Square Pusher worked with and stuff?
I don't think so.
Might
they were
be
called
different.
Compressor
Yeah, they're
Head.
called
They were.
Yeah, it might be a different
Compressor
It
thing.
was definitely like a little rough around the edges, but it was pretty entertaining because like the drummer
still, yeah.
had like 6 arms and his kit was huge, and they had it all programmed, and even like the guitarist, his hand slid up and down the fretboard on like a rail, and
Cool.
like
Just
actuated
playing
all the
power
strings.
chords a
and-
little bit.
That's
yeah,
great.
Think
but
about that, man. 6
Yeah.
times as much drums as Def Leppard.
So yeah, we are
Topical
looking at the
reference.
base ship.
yeah, this is what Beam is going to build this
This
summer
is
Wow.
oh crap! I keep losing the connection on the mouse here. But down in that right-hand corner, that is the size of
of human.
a human
Embracing. It's you,
compared to
Lord
the
and
size of
Savior.
the base ship. You can see a couple bass bins all the way around, kind of same
Yeah.
layout as Fractal Forest
I wonder
style.
who's going to do the sound.
Oh gee.
That's godly.
Yeah, I guess they went out to Banff and had a meeting, and they were just like, "Yeah, let's throw a bunch of money at you." Just do whatever
Where's
you
it
want."
going to live?
I assume in town here. And last year it was
Last
by
year was in
the
Eau Claire.
Saddle Dome. No, it was by the Saddle Dome, right? It
Oh
was-
yeah, you're right.
But they brought out that art car from Burning Man, the big octopus that like shoots
Yeah,
flames. They
it
brought
has
that
a
to
name.
Calgary.
Shit, what's its
El
name?
Pulpo
El Pulpo
Mecanicho.
Mecanicho.
Yep.
And yeah, they just there was what was it? Laser Kitty or like robot laser. I think it was Laser Kitty. There was just like this big cat head that was like shooting lasers into the crowd. It was just a bunch of. It was just a bunch of awesome like Burning Man art installations that they set up, and
Cool.
it's open, it's free, and it's open to the public, and there's lots of kids and lots of us.
I mean, you guys have been to Royal Terrell Museum in
A
Drumheller,
long
right?
time
I
ago.
haven't actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a while.
The fuck?
I ski raced.
Oh, yeah.
I ski raced
Sorry,
once or
wait,
twice in
makes sense,
Drumheller,
though.
but I never
Yeah.
went to the
We were
museum.
4-year-old boys, right?
Yeah. Dude. Okay, anyway. Doesn't matter. Point I'm trying to make, they had a tiny little exhibit there that I remembered seeing when I was a kid, and it was a little squid in a tank that had a little air compressor in it, and you press this button on the front, and air came out the back, which gave it the impression that it was like swimming around the tank like this.
Was it a real squid?
No. In my mind, that was the most amazing thing I ever experienced when I was a kid, and I went back years later and they still had it. So, fast forward to now, if you were a little kid now and had access to some kind of,
Right.
like, Close Encounters of the Third Kind machine
Big
like
shit.
that, how more inspired would you be to make or interact with cool shit like that?
Yeah.
Totally.
It's the whole thing is exponentially just like,
Well, I saw Jurassic Park, and like for the next 6 years, I wanted to be a paleontologist, and that was
At
when
least
I
you
went
didn't
out.
want to be a T-Rex.
Yeah, right. And actually, I think the last time that I was at the Royal Tyrrell Museum was the first time I ever kissed a girl.
awesome.
I think it was like junior high.
It's such a
I
great
have not
story.
been out there
It
since.
is.
Actually, that's not true.
It's a great
I went
place
out there
for that.
for a road trip once when back when I had like a crazy right-hand drive Japanese car and rolled in that crew, a bunch of drifters.
Was it one of those?
You think
like a tall bus?
Or what?
It's like a tall bus where Delica? Is
Oh,
it
the Mitsubishi.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Delica, I think.
It's a Delica.
Yeah, they're like an
Delica.
off-road van,
You know what
kinda.
I'm talking about,
Yeah.
yeah. It looks like an Astro van a little
Yeah.
bit. It looks like one of those Star
Looks like
Star
one of those
Con
blue
toys.
People
racers.
loved those.
Yeah.
They were coming over
Oh,
by the
I'd totally
boatload.
get behind
Is
one
that
of
what it's
those.
called?
One
Because
is-
I thought Delica.
Did you? I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
Oh.
Hey, anyway, one of the things I wanted to ask you. You didn't want to talk
You're
about
supposed
this
to
at
say
Fozzie
Delica.
Fest
Thank you.
because I think you were a little bit shook. But
Oh.
did you swim back to shore with your camera sticking up out of the water?
Oh, right.
I did.
Holy
Apparently the boat
shit.
capsized, and I heard rumors that Jim had to
Oh, there's no
swim,
rumor.
saved his camera, but swam
Most good-
one-handed.
It happened.
Most good myths and legend are
But I
based in
think
truth.
I caught you like right after it happened. You're just like, I don't
Pretty
want to talk
much.
about it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to
You're
talk
not
about
down.
Yeah, because thankfully you guys were super awesome and let me your tent there, so I
Yeah.
kept seeing you guys
Yeah.
all the time because I had to use that tent very badly because as many know, some may not, Fozzie Fest, one of the things that like puts it just right up to that next level of that elite level of festivals
Boat
is they have
parade.
that amazing man-made lake Kukanusa that has like 15 houseboats you can rent.
Yep.
So a bunch of people rented houseboats and had amazing times. Crazy stories happened to everybody just because they had a houseboat. Have you guys told your houseboat story?
I
on
don't
this
think
yet?
we've
We
told
have
it on
not
the
told our
podcast
houseboat
yet.
story on the podcast.
Maybe
You tell yours and we'll tell ours.
yeah, sounds good. Okay. So my friends couldn't afford a houseboat, so they strapped two kayaks and like a pontoon of some sort together with like this octagon, this wood plank octagon. And they're like, we've had like 15 people on this. They also had like
wicked,
in
I
the
trust
center of
you.
it, this thing that looked like a brass version of the hammer and sickle. You know, like the Soviet symbol.
Yeah.
And they just called it a yoga swing, and it would like swing around. And I didn't think enough about
Very
that.
top heavy on the boat, you figure.
So I get on this thing, and I've got like my phone, my only pair of jeans, my only hoodie, because I'm just like in festival mode where I'm traveling around with a minimal amount of gear to all
Yep.
these events. And they start yarding on it super hard, and I'm getting my shots of the land from the water during your set actually, and it looks awesome. I got a cool shot of that.
Oh, cool.
Was it running when you did the swim?
No. Because
Damn
it starts to take out water, and they're like, "Oh shit, boat's going down! Everybody into the water!" I'm like, "No, the boat's not going down." I like turn my camera on, I'm like, "Fuck no, this thing's not sinking." They're like, "We can't choose about it, man. Like it's sinking." And I'm like, "All right, Sophie's choice. My phone is going to die." And I just
Take one for the
held the camera above the water because it had the memory card that was in it had everything of the entire weekend.
Yeah.
And my support shooter and my drone team didn't show up for various reasons, so it was completely the whole festival is in my camera. In addition to this thing is my guitar, like It's my lifeblood. This camera.
Except you can get a guitar wet mostly, and the guitar floats.
So long as it's not plugged in.
These are new things for me. Okay,
Well, hey,
I can get someone's guitar wet now, and they can't get mad at me for it.
You
I
wouldn't
might
fry
get
the
mad.
electronics,
Yeah.
but it won't die. unless
Your
it
memory
stays.
card would have survived, right? A memory card, like a flash card, wouldn't
I
have.
don't know.
As long as it's
Gotta
not.
find
That's
out.
a dangerous game.
I don't want
As
to
long
find
as
out.
it's not getting power.
I just I don't want to do that
Yeah,
test.
next time you buy a new camera that comes with this shitty 250 gig card on it, take a bunch of pictures on it and throw it in your sink. And try and boot it up.
For science.
Then you'll know. For
It makes so much
science.
sense.
Yeah.
Why don't I do things like that all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, but houseboats.
But he pulled it
Yeah,
off.
so
Yeah.
here's what
Our
happened.
houseboat story.
There's actually some interesting pictures of it happening. From the pictures, I guess
Oh
if
yeah,
you
bring it up.
you bring it up. I'll
All
tell
right,
the
I'll bring
story.
it
I guess if you wouldn't really know how much to expect from the level of a houseboat, you'd just be like, yeah, that's a houseboat. But this thing was going down. Kind of same story, like your buddy saying that.
I don't think we have a mouse.
You just got to click it a couple times. Kind of same story as in your
The
buddies.
computer wants to watch Omnica. By the way, this is Omnica,
Omnica.
a Vancouver-based dance troupe. They're really awesome.
Your buddy's saying that, we've had 15 people on this boat before, it's totally fine. We were told by the houseboat company, which will remain nameless, that, you could fit 45 people on this houseboat, because we told them we wanted to pick up a bunch of people, leave the festival, and go out and have a party. We rented some PK speakers and just wanted to have a jam. So, yeah, anyways, we're handing out these invitations throughout the festival, trying to keep it as low-key as possible, trying to make sure people know,
Yeah, that's not
don't
gonna
tell anyone
Oh,
else.
come
Oh, we even made invitations. We made a specific amount of invitations, making sure that we're only going to give out invitations.
What you make are tickets, not invitations.
Well, no, you have to use the invitation to get on the boat if you don't
Okay.
have an
They were
invitation.
little pirate invitations that were cursed, handwritten, and we
Passed.
burned them
Burned on
all.
the
We
edges,
baked
stained
them in the
with
friggin'
coffee.
oven, we stained them with coffee
I
and
did
burned all
that
the
with
edges.
my Skyrim mirror. Yeah. I know the feeling.
But
so anyway.
52 or so
No.
people ended up on the boat.
No, we kept it to this. We kept it to one under the amount that what the company
Yeah.
had told us
So 44.
would be okay. So yeah, like 44.
Like 44 or 44?
No, okay, I can't remember.
Like 44.
I can't
But
remember
are we
the-
talking 44 dancers or 44 guys named Eric?
It was just
Everyone named Eric doesn't.
whatever number the houseboat company had told us.
We'd like
We
to
had one
apologize on
less.
behalf of
That's
all
what
Erics.
I remember.
Erics are
So,
cool. We like Erics.
Here's the boat. It was the Naughty Buoy.
The naughty boy. So
but,
anyway.
I'll find the picture of it.
So yeah, we're trying to back off of this dock, and what ends up happening was that overnight the level of the lake had sunk. So somebody had the bright idea to tell everybody that was on the boat to run to the back to try and take some weight off the front so that we could push it off
Yeah,
because
'cause
it was
we-
dug into the
We
sand.
couldn't get it off the sand because it was too heavy. So everybody walked to the back of the boat.
So-
Almost a good idea, but not quite.
Well, when you have that many people, what we didn't realize was that
Find it.
it doesn't matter.
I like
what
to
we
point out that
didn't
we've gone
realize-
past
Yeah.
80% five.
No, it's way down there. Plus, we don't need to be
No,
sharing all my
I-
Facebook
It'd be
pictures
up
on the
higher
fucking thing.
Well, it's not like my Facebook isn't public.
That's true.
There's a
Yeah.
picture of the boat here, but I can't find. Oh, this stupid mouse.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So anyway,
Technology.
everybody runs to the back of the boat, and the engine starts taking on water because it's right at the back in this large dip. And one of the other girls, while I'm at the helm trying to get the engine started, one of the girls comes up, starts screaming, "We're taking on water! We're taking on water!" Everybody panics. What are you supposed to not do in an emergency? You're supposed to remain calm. How easy is that? Absolutely not at all. So
That's just lawyer speak.
everybody's first instinct, everybody's freaking out, trying to rescue their stuff, make sure they don't get wet, but nobody wants to jump off this thing.
I would have solved it
Nobody-
instantly.
nobody
Just
wants to get
"Hey,
wet,
I'm in
right?"
my swimsuit.
As soon as
Yeah.
somebody was like, "Oh my God, we're taking on water," everybody booked it over to the opposite side of the boat to look out the window while I'm on the other side at the helm.
Yeah, they're like, I want to see.
I start feeling the boat start to tip, and I'm like, no. Just trying to counterbalance with my tiny one little person body. We tell everybody to grab their shit.
Damn that one person body. It's just not good enough.
We tell
Thanks.
everybody to grab their shit and get the hell off the boat, but everybody's like, "Oh no, I don't want to get wet." It's like, well, if you don't get off the boat, you're gonna get fucking wet anyway. So,
Touche.
what exactly do you expect
That
to
is
do?
boating 101.
Yeah.
I'll throw this picture in front of the camera so that people can see. But this is our boat.
Dave, what are you doing while the camera's...
A little closer, a little closer. Bit closer.
That's
Yeah, there you go.
Blunts throwing a rope off
There
the
you
back
go.
to the people who had jumped off.
Is the dog over there?
Nicely
No,
slammed ashore.
iPad's down here.
I guess I'm not
okay.
talking into a microphone. I should probably talk into a microphone. Yeah, anyway, we almost sunk our houseboat, and Michelle was in the shower, too. That would have been terrible.
Well, at least we were far enough out that we would have actually, like, sunk the boat.
Yeah.
It would have just, like, bottomed out, and maybe, like, the water would have came up to our waist at the back of the boat.
Pretty much
but
ruined my day,
but-
because, like...
the worst part about it was me being the captain, like, at the helm with the steering wheel. The very, very last thing you want to do when your engine is flooded is try and fucking start it. It blows.
You mean like when you fall in a hot tub and your phone's in your pocket and you're like, oh no, my phone, I better turn it on and see if it works.
Exactly. So literally,
Yep. My friend told me that story.
yeah.
Yeah.
My phone that I'd given up on, by the way.
That never happened to me.
Anecdotal.
I just like left the thing for about 3 days after Fozzie Fest, and about 3 days after I just turned it on and I was like,
There you go.
oh hey, you work.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
just
put
gotta
the
let it
thing in
dry
rice or anything.
No.
No, you just gotta let it dry out.
As long as it wasn't on
No.
when it goes.
It's also
in the-
summer, right? It would have...
It was on, man.
Yeah.
Wow. What's the make and model? I'm gonna have to get me one of those.
That would be a Samsung
We are not
Galaxy 4.
Media buy.
Samsung has nothing to do with this podcast.
Samsung. Buy a Samsung. I just switched back to iPhone and my life is better, but buy a Samsung.
Well, apparently all the phones, all the new phones that are coming out...
Galaxy 4 is all like cacao. Water resistant capabilities are all like
Cacao. I just watched that episode today.
Yeah,
actually.
we were up in Edmonton. We played for the Flow Society crew on Saturday night,
Noise.
and we spent... We pretty much just stayed up all night watching Frisky Dingo.
It just
It
happens.
was a wonderful,
Once the ball
wonderful
starts
time.
rolling, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time.
you can't get off that train.
Nope.
I'm so pissed there isn't more of it.
We should make more.
There is new Archer soon though.
That's true.
Yeah,
very
like,
very good consolation
soon,
prize.
soon,
very
right?
good.
Isn't it
But
like in a week or two?
That soon?
I think so.
so much
These things
more
just
to
happen
do
so
with that
fast.
story.
I found out there was a workaholic season by seeing an ad for the season finale because I never ever watch TV.
You got
It's the best thing about. I spend way more time making these things than I do actually watching anything, and that's been one of the best things in my life. I don't really experience ads
yeah.
on TV or news
Yeah.
channels or
We'll
anything.
go
I get to
over-
make my own opinions now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
We'll go
It has
over.
a back and forth effect. I'll spend time going like, "Hey, I'm making all this music that's going to be really rad," and then you go out to a show or a festival and be like, "Yeah, Dave, no one listens to that kind of music anymore, like at all." It's like neat. Okay, well, that's what I got. So
That track you put out.
But you got the D&B in the trap.
there will be D&B.
Yeah, that D&B track that you put out just
D&B.
recently. What was it called?
Fix this.
Yeah.
Working title, but it had to go out, so whatever.
Fix this title.
Who was the
more like-
When I
vocalist?
tell him, "Hey Dave, I love
Oh,
that new song," he's like,
Skinny
"Oh, there's like
Martini.
5 better songs,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's crap compared to these things."
Skinny Martini?
Yeah, that's what she likes to call herself. That's what
Oh, that
I
was
like to
that
call
was a
her.
girl.
Yeah. She's a
Interesting.
screamo band. That's
Cool.
gamey.
I was so stoked when that
She
track
sent me a
came
bunch of
out.
acapellas from her screamo band a long time ago, and I was looking for a weird vocal sample that I hadn't used before, and I just remembered it, and it worked really, really well.
We should
Like,
we'll throw it on the outro of this podcast.
yeah, you can go
We've been doing
get
that
it for
lately.
free.
Write
Yeah.
that down.
I will remember. Don't worry. I had that idea before we started.
It's
Throw
right
it out
there.
the window.
You're not gonna remember. Write that down. I'm not joking.
That pen doesn't work, so you're gonna have to give me your little
Yeah, just like
fidget
your
thing.
whiteboard pen. You guys got a serious pen problem in this house.
Not a
Alright,
thing dry erase about that for real.
Fix
This.
this
Like you said.
outro. All right, so we did introductions. We did what is Rebel Cause. How long have you been Rebel Cause? Rebel Cause Films.
Since I filled out the application for Shambhala 2014.
Yeah.
You're like, I need a name.
Pretty much.
That's why I have my dumb name.
If only you know it could just be long W. We should be
no.
fine.
At least you didn't have a
whoa.
friend make up your dumb
Whoa,
name. Like
whoa.
when I first started DJing, I had Joe came up with my original moniker. It was Audioral, melt in your ears, not in your mouth.
That's like your whole. That was your name. Like it takes 15 seconds to say that.
I know.
Yeah.
No, that was the name.
No. That was just
Yeah,
like,
like,
that
and
was
you
like the
shall know us
slogan
by
that she
the
came
trail
up
of
with.
death,
Audioral,
the
melt in your
mouthful
ears,
band
not
name.
in your mouth. It's just Audioral, and got to the point where it was like, this is just not. No.
Yeah, I,
Well, she's
I
got
had
her
an earlier
moments,
name.
but not that.
I had an earlier name too, and like people kept mispronouncing it, or they'd have to ask again. Like you say it, and then they go, "It was what?" And And that's not a good name. You don't want to have to repeat the name like 5 times.
Yeah, well, it's like Ski Tour. They said that they used to go as what it was
Livingston and
Kenosis.
Which sounds like lawyers.
Yeah, totally. I was actually going to say that. I was like, it sounds like a law firm.
That's brutal. I saw a restaurant this morning actually called like Livingston and Cavendish, and I was like, oh man, I want to take a photo, and someone should shoot that.
Who do you work for? Tucker Marsh.
Anyway,
What is that, a law firm? No, it's a rock band. Yes, it's a law firm.
So Rebel Cause Films, I started out as Lotus Eaters Films with my buddy Colby.
I have heard of that.
Yeah, he's
totally
awesome.
remember
He's
that.
doing his own thing now. Like,
Is he still Lotus Eaters though?
yeah. And he's
Also,
like, he went on the bus with the Further bus on the 50th anniversary tour.
Right.
And that was kind of like this point in our careers where I was like, okay, we each want to do certain things. We get along sometimes, but not at other times. And we'd rather be friends than be in business with each other and do this. So
Yep.
I gave him the name, and I was like, you do this, I'm going to start over. And I was thinking about naming myself Question Pictures for a while, but when I was filling out that form for Shambhala, my assistant that year, Abe, was just like, no, fuck that. It's got to be a 3-letter acronym. It has to be. And I was like
Like Mark David Chapman.
what about Rebel Cause Films? Yeah, right? He was wrong on a lot of levels. It's like that in Josie and the Pussycats when they're like, bands are better when when the word "and" is in the title. And it's like, well, what about the Beatles? And the title.
Son of a bitch.
Metrics are bullshit, right? You can't
Regis
determine
and the
what you're doing
Philbins.
by some rules that somebody is telling you will work or won't work.
Yep.
All of my videos are longer than what will work. But people know me more than other people that are... There's people in the scene that are better than me at making these videos. But I'm more well known than them. One, because I party with everybody. And two, because I
Just a
make...
likable
I just
guy.
I make the video as long as it's going to be, and I just do it. I get it out there and get it done. There's so many great, talented people doing this stuff.
Yeah.
But it takes getting out there and just
It's
doing
work.
100 things.
Well, yeah,
a
I think
day.
I mentioned on one of the earlier podcasts that I think it was the Ski Tour one. I was telling them that like at Astral Harvest last year, you were like shooting all the video, and then like in the kitchen area, you were sitting there like editing them so that you could release them like the minute you left the festival.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like, fuck,
Yeah,
I've never seen
that's
anybody
true.
do that. Like,
And that's sharp.
What's the name of that clay that you can keep fucking around with until you bake it in the oven?
Polymer.
polymer.
Is that what it is?
I just
Yeah,
used
like-
it today,
okay,
actually.
Yeah. Alright, so you know what I mean. Any type of art type thing, editing, any kind of non-destructive art, so any music or video editing, is kind of like that clay. And Jim
Right.
just gets his stuff in the oven about 3 hours to 3 years faster than I ever would. 'Cause I'm
Somewhere in
I'll
that.
just keep
No.
warping this around.
Oh,
and
no, man.
Someday people will see it when it's totally irrelevant.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that you wrote fixes the night that we raced. Remember?
That one I
like-
did pretty fast.
Yeah, like there was one night when I was like, I had a video that was like, okay, this is a video of one night. It's with Gaitami, who I worked with a ton, so I know exactly what I'm doing with this stuff. And he was like, he'd found some new patch that was better than sausage fattener.
Wub wub.
So he was making wub wubs in D&B, and we raced each other. And 3 hours later, we both had good stuff, and I was just like, yes.
Every time you pound on the table,
Oh,
it's gonna like
it's gonna
pop
ruin the
mics.
audio.
Yeah,
It's a
like,
mad-
pow,
I'm
pow.
so
vibration.
sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to fuck with the audio or ruin it. I really, I feel bad about that.
Use words that start with P.
Thank you, Alex, for
Powerfully apologetic.
That's what the pop filter's for, my friend.
I should clarify. In Vancouver, Dave and I have like side-by-side studios. The Ineo guys actually, Thad
Oh,
and
yeah,
Johnny,
yeah.
who were in here
They
last
were
week.
great. They were
Yeah.
Did they come through here?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had them.
Percolator.
We had them
Yeah,
and
excellent.
Metaphorical and
Yeah,
Percolator.
I'm running their heels, man. It's
Yeah.
funny. I've been watching you fuckers stickers all over the place. I'm putting ones up right next to you guys. I'm like, oh yeah, I knew you were back here.
You mentioned that on the podcast last week that you're following them. You're a week behind
I'm like
them
literally a
everywhere
week
you go.
behind them
Yeah.
on most of the dates, which is pretty fun.
Add some to the fucking.
Oh, swag, thank you.
Oh, speaking of
Where's
stickers.
mine, bitch?
Oh,
they're
is
up
it a
there, too.
fucking
Would anybody like the new
stickers
Astro
dick
Harvest
measuring
stickers?
contest?
Hey,
Let's go.
hello.
Tanner, would you like
This
the
is
new
so
Astro Harvest
much
sticker?
better. Home is not a place, it's a feeling.
That's right.
They're so
Home is
good.
not a place, it's a feeling. Power takeoff,
I'll take a
everybody.
moment.
This is
Nice.
beautiful.
To shout out for Astro Harvest, it's probably one of the best festivals on the side of the
Big ups.
Yeah, we
Astro
love
Harvest and
Harvest.
Shambhala and Fozzy Fest are probably the the pinnacle of our Western Canadian festival experience. Well, I'd really like to
I'd
make
add
it
Base
one of
Coast
those
on
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
Base
don't
Coast
catch
and
me.
Luminosity. Yeah, I can't. I could just keep saying
And then there's
festival
Motion
names.
Notion and Talchi, which you guys haven't been to, but it's
Base
also
Coast is
super
pretty
rad.
fucking epic. Like,
And yeah, none of you went to Soundwave, which is like the whole reason I got
Right.
into it in the first place.
Yeah.
So if you want to, like, they're all wicked. They all have their own things. A wicked or not wicked thing is going to happen to you at all of
I know.
them. It's just
full disclaimer. These are only our opinions. This is only the
It's
opinions
just like a
of Tanner
super fun
Cherry.
adult playground where cool shit that doesn't happen on the bus ride home is going
Literally,
to happen.
my entire career is built on these things right now. I'm 100% with you on that.
Yeah.
It's the best ever. It's amazing.
It's pretty nuts.
I guess, eh?
Literally, I get to go back to the rave every day or two.
Yeah.
And I don't charge a butt ton for what I do or anything.
Yeah.
It's really about the experiences and the fact that I get to stay at the rave all the time. Like I spent most of last night at Shambhala and Motion Notion and Base Coast.
Most of last night.
Yeah, because I was making a video for Hydro, who
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the lighting guy at
Michael
the
Hydro.
Grove,
Michael Hydro.
and Base Coast main stage.
He did Inshallah last
He
year
does
as
a lot
well.
of stuff. Inshallah, he does Luminosity. Like shout out, he's been going to Shambhala since he was like a 16-year-old kid, and he's been working there ever
Yeah,
since.
he's super dope.
He's
Really
Sweet
good guy. The things that guy has in his head, like I just signed a non-disclosure agreement to even look at his ideas, and it's amazing. I don't even think we'll see half of them done this year because he's
awesome.
so far ahead of
Yeah,
what
he needs
people are.
to kind of be cloned and then one clone strapped down and then they just like Sephiroth Genova style
Yeah.
like
Nice.
siphon the
Chords.
ideas out of
References.
his head into like people that can take him and make him happen. Yeah, one of the brightest guys I know for sure.
can we just take a moment to appreciate your epic coaster?
Oh yeah, this turkey. There's a rubber. Where did you get that rubber turkey?
I got this just the last
Can I
weekend
touch it?
in
Revelstoke.
Can I have it?
Can you
Yes.
touch the turkey?
Rebel
You
Stone.
touch
Can I
the
have it?
turkey.
Oh, that's a lot less flimsy than I figured. That's
He's pretty great.
a solid cock
pretty
right
rugged.
there.
You're
Thank you
gonna
very
have
much,
that for the
my
rest of
new
your
friends.
life.
I really am. Yeah, it's the between this one and the Village Don't Fuck Cozy. Those are my favorites.
Fuck.
That's a classic.
Credit to Josh Dua for Don't Fuck.
Yeah, that one doesn't have a bottom on it, which is funny because it actually makes it pretty easy to fuck with your beer because it just slides out all the time the second you're not like death gripping it, But yeah, it's still one of my favorites. That one and another one that I saw at Base Coast a couple years ago that said, "Sorry for partying."
Sorry for partying.
Oh, and another one that said, "This is not a beer." Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Coast.
You remember the ones we made at Shambhala last year?
Oh, just that. Yeah, I took a bunch of duct tape and just put it like non-stick side against the can, and then yes stick side around the can.
Yeah, they were like, you can walk around with those beers all you want. Just don't let anybody
And
know
yeah,
they're beers. And
we
so
wrote
she
the
just
same
like
thing.
wrapped them all in duct tape.
Wrote the same thing on the outside, like not beer, not alcohol.
Everyone should watch my videos and look for the little Ninja Turtles beer cozy that I bring with me everywhere I go because
yeah?
if the artist is a friend of mine and I know they don't want to be shown drinking,
Yeah.
I'll throw that Ninja Turtles cozy on there. So it's in a lot
Nice.
of videos, just hidden off to the side.
Yeah.
But I'm always looking out for my people.
We got gifted a couple of really swag cozies at Burning Man that were like knitted.
Oh yeah.
The super
Little
fancy.
knitted
Literally
socks.
looked like it was knitted by your grandma so that you can get drunk.
Hey, I had an idea for you actually.
Really?
Yeah, you're gonna be undoubtedly at a bunch of festivals this year. Are you familiar with the stolen lawn gnome concept, where you steal somebody's lawn gnome and then you
Yep.
go on a trip
Take
around
a
the
bunch
world
of
and take
pictures of
photos of it in front of like the Taj Mahal or the Eiffel Tower or the
Yeah, and then
pyramids,
you
and then
return
We
So
turned
the
the lawn
gnome-
gnome a week from this guy's house when I was 17.
Okay, so you're familiar with the concept. Important things to remember. You have
Be
to return the
returns.
gnome with the pictures. Ergo, you're just a. If not, you're just a dick.
Do you want me to
really.
take a lawn gnome to every festival?
No, but you should have some kind of like get something like stupid, some little thing, and then get a couple shots of that. Something pocketable, I would recommend because
I've got some Ninja Turtles.
that would work. That would definitely work, and just kind of shoot a couple things of that whenever you're doing your normal gig, and at the end cut together reels like Donatello does, fucking
Yeah.
West Coast bass or some shit. That would be funny. Did you guys
Nice.
watch that? I watched that.
I
Yeah.
would. I
That'd
would
be funny.
contribute.
I'll
We
remix
tried
the
to do
Ninja
that
Turtles
with the
theme for
Chewbacca
you.
costume guy last year, but if I just had an
was
action
it?
figure, that would be easier.
Yeah, if you had something that was
You need
on
something
your
pocketable.
person.
Magic does real work at a lot of festivals.
Yeah.
So sometimes
God
you can't
fucking
really...
damn
You need
it.
a figure that's pocketable.
I wish
Yeah.
I wish that that's what like the whole like game of stealing pirate flags would be at festivals. You take somebody's pirate flag, you bring a Polaroid camera, fuck
Yeah.
around with the flag, takes his pictures, and then put it back.
Yeah, you want to talk about being a dick? Like the whole pirate code.
pirate-
You bring a pirate.
Do I ever? It's on my daily mind every day. How can I wrong somebody? Oh wait, that's just how I perceive my life.
No, seriously, like pirates, they go around, they steal everybody's like each other's pirate flags. It's it's akin to the old, like, if you were to conquer a ship or capture a ship, you would climb up the mast and cut their flag with your
Like
with
in
your
the
knife
game.
and pocket it. Exactly.
So sweet.
But in festivals, people just jack your pirate flag and they see how many they can jack throughout the weekend. And I guess I'm sure you know of at Shambhala Camp Fuckard. It was the big
yes.
flag that was always
Big
in.
one.
Yeah, that one got jacked one year, and that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Somebody did that like in the middle of the night. They climbed up those trees
2 people.
and took that like friggin' 30-foot.
This reminds me, I need to tell a story. My friends last year stole the sign by the G Jones, the G Jones and Bleep Bloop reversible sign.
Yeah.
My friends stole that from the guys, and they were like, we have to take this from you. You can't take it. The people who made it, you see them next year, you take your sign back with force because they were fucking with you. That's the Function One sound crew, and they were just being dicks. 'Cause you were taking that sign to every stage
You're
when it
calling them
wasn't
out.
G Jones or Bleep Bloop, and people were getting like,
Shit. Are you prepared for the backlash of throwing them under the bus like that?
"Hi Tyler, hi Darby."
You know, okay, actually, for a funny throwing him under the bus story, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber?
The Justin Bieber cutout that you
Got
ripped
thrown under
apart.
a bus.
Or that
I
you were
didn't.
supposed to.
No,
Sorry.
you were supposed to.
That you were
I-
supposed to rip apart that one year at Shambhala. That
That's
one,
okay.
At Motion
A worthy
Notion,
executioner he did have.
somebody stole that thing from us at Motion Notion. We had it stashed inside a tent on like the frame up top, and somebody jacked it from us at Mono, and we found him underneath a little short bus, like up at the top of the, and it was like, there's. Like nobody else brought
Biebs.
the Biebs. Like that's ours for sure. It, of course, it had
Covered
our
in our own
stickers on it.
stickers and everything.
But-
Yeah,
we-
you guys handed it to me during a breakdown. I was like, okay,
know.
I got the perfect part. It's coming up, and then I just put it down. So like you can't smash
Well,
something
you
in a
like
breakdown.
put
yeah. There's a
your arm
moment like
around
this,
him.
and then I kind of pushed him over.
Yeah,
but
to tell the
I was
whole
gonna do
story,
it.
we carried this. We stole a Justin Bieber cutout, like a life-size Justin Bieber cutout from Shoppers Drug Mart.
Which at that time was about this tall.
Well, it's not as tall as you, but I'm pretty sure it was like the same height as me, right?
He's as tall as me, for sure.
Yeah, he had some flashy silver kicks on. He was pretty dope.
I could kiss him right on the face
Was
at
it?
regular height.
Was
Was
it
it?
pretty dope?
He came with us to many festivals. I didn't bring him to Base Coast because I forgot to put him in the car. That was last year that it was in Squamish. But we definitely brought him to Astro. We brought him to Mono, and we brought him to Shambhala. And it was at Base Coast, and we were standing around by the radio stage, and I was like, "Dude, do you want to like rip them apart or like incorporate that into your set or something?"
Like,
And
yes,
you were
yes,
just like,
I do.
I have the perfect
God,
idea.
yes.
Fact.
Yeah, you were just like, I have the perfect idea. All you gotta do is just like get up to the front, get up to the speakers, throw it to me when you
far
have
you
a
guys
chance.
are,
Which
Anyway.
it did.
Yeah. So we were there. We were primed, super primed
So
for that.
primed.
And we handed the cardboard cutout of Justin Bieber up on stage. Dave grabbed him, got ready, turned around, like, you know. Like, what were you doing? You were
It's
just putting
like-
like
Put him
a,
down
There,
right
there was
in
a, there
front
was a
of you.
more opportune moment
Yeah.
to really go ape shit on the thing.
Yeah.
And that was coming up.
So you
So,
put him down beside
I put
your
it down
rig.
for like a minute or two.
You put him down in front of you.
Yeah. And then during
and
that
then
time.
the security guard that happened to be on stage
It wasn't
ran out.
security. And to be
It
fair, it's a good friend of mine and the guy that got me to play that stage in the first place.
Oh, okay.
And he was so disgusted with Justin being on his stage, which is why he did it. And that is why he is a totally worthy executioner.
Okay, yeah.
Josh Wadnick. Yeah.
He owes us a Beebs. He owes us this
He
experience.
didn't know, and believe me, if he had known, he would have gladly let
Yeah.
me destroy it.
And to be fair, he grabbed Justin Bieber, walked him out to the front of the stage in front of thousands of people,
Yeah.
and tore his head clean from his body.
Yeah, he had
I
the
think,
right idea.
I think he dry humped him like a couple
Little bit,
times,
yeah.
and then ripped him into a few more pieces and just started hucking him out into the crowd.
After
I just
National
saw him
Harvest.
this last weekend in Nelson. It was his birthday. Happy birthday.
Astral
Josh.
Harvest, the Fungineers
Great
dressed
guy.
up as tea bags, literally
Oh, yeah.
teabag humped the
They
Beebs,
grabbed
so
him
that
and
was good
teabagged
too.
him. He got some mileage.
Yeah, it was good though because after that whole experience, like he threw the head out and then took the body back. Hey Ben, what's up? He ripped the head off, threw it out, took the body back. We found pictures after the fact from Shambhala of this like super stoked person with Justin Bieber's head. So I was like, all right, we can live with that.
Yeah,
You know what sucks? That was the end of the era of the Justin Bieber cutouts. We didn't find one. I was motivated to steal another,
Oh, absolutely.
but I haven't seen one since.
Well, you can get those cutouts of the Save On Food general managers. Those are pretty easy to get. My friend Marina nicked one of those.
That's
Brad.
okay.
I believe his name was Brad. He oversaw the goods and services at the local Canby deli department, I believe.
That's awesome.
He went to Base Coast in like 2012.
Well, we were
Alright,
talking about doing a cardboard cutout, like having one made of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
No, we didn't have to get
Good
one made.
idea.
There was one on eBay.
No, there's one on eBay, but what we really wanted to do was have one made, because you can have cardboard cutouts done and have little speech bubbles added onto it that are dry erase, so you can write whatever the hell you want on it.
there you go.
And have it erased. Just walk around with Bill Nye saying stupid shit the whole weekend.
I've got a guy that can print you giant vinyl stickers of whatever you want. Remember the Galahorns I had this summer?
Galahorns.
Yeah, it's like at the time it was a really elite rocket launcher drop that you needed in Destiny, and if people were like, "Fuck, you don't have Max Galley, you like don't even run the raid." Like it was a point of prejudice to a point. Like you had to have a Galley. I never got a drop of it, and for the longest time I wrote a song about it. And right before Shams, I did get one.
Nice.
Yeah. I played the Galley song at Shams last year. It's funny. I should give that away. Anyway. As long as it's not more than 6 feet this way, it can be as long as you want the other way because it comes off this roller like this.
Whoa.
Right.
So you take the photo and give it to him and do that, and then you can just mount it on a piece of something that's not going to get destroyed, and then put your dry erase thing on there.
Like a vinyl sign or a vinyl sticker?
Well, it'd be a sticker that you could affix to anything.
Oh, okay.
So if you put it on something like a piece of plastic or a piece of wood that would not die, then you could reuse your
So kind of like what
championed effigy. Effigy,
interesting.
Huh?
Yeah,
Burns
effigies.
like an effigy.
Yeah,
So we make a life-size cutout of Dave.
There we go.
Oh, then we can get meta pictures of you posing with your own cutout. I want to see you waltz on the stage of the amphitheater with your own cutout.
I could dance with it. That could be funny.
Yeah.
Or just
I
do
think
it.
you should go be like Callie too and try and make out with it.
Just with yourself. Or do what you did with the sharks and have like some bigger Daves, some smaller Daves. Throw like a whole bunch of cutouts of yourself.
One giant one.
Mini me's.
E5 faux fun me.
Oh my god. Oh, what was that video? That booty video or whatever? There's like that big girl and she's just like
Bubble
shaking
butt.
her ass. Bubble butt, right?
Bubble butt.
You see that video?
I'm unfamiliar.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You're unfamiliar.
man.
You want to throw that on, Callie?
Oh boy.
Fortunately,
we're getting
the
to
power
this
of the
point.
internet right here.
Well, that's what this is here. It's just here to like throw on stupid shit to laugh at.
I don't know why this sucks now.
Yeah, what's up with your mouse?
I don't know. It's Bluetooth.
I think it's because
and
it's far away from the computer.
that far. Did you go to Bluetooth?
I'm not joking. After this cat party's on my phone, I found it. Meow.
Been meaning to get a cat party on here.
Yes, put that on mine,
man.
please.
It's like a toss up.
Put it on my phone right now.
It's like a 50-50 toss up when we show people that show whether or not they like it or just like
It really
don't get
is
it.
a
That's
hard
what
line
I'm
in the sand, isn't
Yeah.
it? And I can usually tell by about the first 5 minutes whether they're going to go for the Killface character.
Yeah.
He's a little harder to like than the Xander Cruz character.
Oh,
Major
I
Lazer.
disagree.
I find if you show him Wendell's a crowd pleaser. He's just
But Wendell
especially
doesn't
like
come in until so much
I know
later.
second season, but when he's sitting there like doing the interviews at the start of the second season talking about Steven Seagal and shit.
Have you guys said the name of the show you're talking
Yeah,
about?
Frisky
Frisky
Dingo.
Dingo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dingo,
thank
yeah.
you.
We
Appreciate
did.
it.
If you're an
we
Archer
did shout out
fan,
earlier.
Please do yourself
earlier,
a favor.
thank you.
Watch Frisky Dingo. It's only 2 seasons of 10-minute episodes. It won't break
Frisky
your life.
Dingo.
It's like a movie. Just watch
Frisky
it.
Dingo was the project that they were working on before Archer, and one of them went kind of crazy and left, and they
As is
just
tradition.
couldn't continue it. But yeah.
Talented people have mental issues?
Yeah,
Are you
evidently.
fucking crazy?
I've also heard that people are late are more creative. So suck it.
yeah, Dave was 3 hours
I'm
later,
sorry.
right?
doing this podcast about 3 hours behind, but that's
Wow.
okay. We're
These
gave
things
us more
happen.
time to drink beer.
This is what we have become.
Yeah, this is
Major Lazer, my friend.
Diplo is
Oh, yeah, it
responsible
is.
for most of the major art happening in our lives
Yeah.
right now. Yeah. I mean,
This
Lean
video
On,
is-
like everybody's listened to Lean On 1,000 times and had that one experience where, like, you know what, I actually like this song.
I remember just thinking this was hilarious the first time I saw it, but
This is just where mainstream media has gone.
Yeah, mainstream media is so shameless. Like, sometimes every now and again I'll be like
don't do
filming
it
something and I'll
tonight.
be like, should I be doing this? And then I see this and I'm like, no, I'm still
Yeah, maybe I haven't gone
way
far enough.
above the line of
Yes.
what's acceptable.
we're good.
Yeah.
No, this one gets crazy. There's just like this giant chick who just starts eating all the rest and shaking her ass. Yeah, the internet, guys.
Oh, this isn't just the
interwebs.
internet. This shit's on TV, man.
This is
Things
why
that they
people
allow
like trap.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Some people ruined it for everyone. All right, next question.
It's funny because like 2 videos ago there was one of mine that had slow-mo of like
Slow-mo butts.
slow-mo of butts because I was hired to film Blantron and I was just like, okay, obviously what I'm supposed to do is film slow-mo butts. And the only note back was just like, cut the slow-mo butts down by like 2/3. But I mean, if you're, it's a Blonchon show.
The ass is so huge. So, what were your guys' hobbies before Rebel Cause and Long Walk? Like, what was your obsession before Long Walk ever existed?
Ironically, I thought I would do film. Did you have a music
It
career?
gets better. I wanted to be a musician.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I can play trumpet. I still know all of the stuff of it, and I still intend to sit down and learn Ableton at a point when I get myself to when I get my career to that point where I can like make more than just what I need to just eat and pay rent.
Yeah.
I don't even pay rent sometimes. I just like next month I'm
cruise.
just going to be couch surfing all over Victoria and Vancouver. Shout out to Sunny, Felicia, the Elvis boys, everybody I'm going to be couch surfing with next week.
Man, I love Vancouver.
Yeah.
I don't make it out there enough.
No, you
I want to
don't.
come see the studio.
My couch is savagely underslept
Seriously,
on too.
come.
There's actually an ottoman that links
Savage.
into Zed couch.
We can have a
that
two-room
it makes
party
it
at
into
the
a double
studio.
bed. Or there's that.
My God.
We got Martin
Girl.
Horger to come and party with us. Martin
Yeah.
Horger never parties. That's how awesome our parties are.
He's rad.
Yeah, he
And
really
fucking
is.
honest game too.
Shout out to Martin Horger for being
Love you
so
guys.
awesome.
Actually,
Germans.
Ski Tour boys said they stayed with him. They stayed with him out there, and they said that he was just like such a gentleman. You know, just like super proper.
He's a gem. I
Yeah,
love
he's
that
one of the
guy.
true nice guys
He's
of the
a
industry.
Very, very
Yeah.
kind fellow.
And he's like a one-man ski tour. The noises he's making. I love him.
Speaking of true nice guys, man, I guess let's just all
Oh, man.
take a moment
Oh,
to
man.
shout out Pumpkin, man.
Seriously.
That was like Callie and I woke up to that news just before we headed out to Edmonton on the weekend.
having
We
the best
fucking-
day ever, and then all of a sudden it was like,
We just, yeah,
Yeah, it was
rough.
rough. My friend Rocco sent me a message saying, you need to call me right now.
Yeah.
Like, you need to hear something from me. It was
and
rough.
I mean, like he was on his way out to a festival,
festival
too.
in
Eh? Like,
Texas,
just
He was on his way
traveling
to
for
every
work.
festival. He was going to have a really, really big year. He was going to go to a lot of places. He was going to play the Pagoda at like 9 or 10 at night.
Did you know him, Dave?
I knew him very briefly. We only didn't have a lot of time to chat, but I did witness a bunch of his sets. But the amount of respect and things that are convened from other people that I do love and respect to me about him and about
He was legit, man.
the level of
The nicest.
fun
Like,
I
I
had
would say
watching
this
his stuff.
guy and Pumpkin are the nicest people in the
Uh,
whole music
for-
industry.
For me, it's just kind of a reality check in that he's out doing the exact same thing myself and everyone else that does what I do is doing. Everyone that goes to festivals, volunteers at festivals, plays at festivals. It's a lot of transiting around, and
Yeah, travel
it's
comes
just
with risk.
It's
Yeah.
a scary thing that can happen to everybody. I hate seeing it happen to the good ones.
it was pretty cool actually, because we at the Flow Society show over the weekend, we ended off our set with his remix of Blind Mountains No Rain, and I got emotional and had to run off to the bathroom and cry a
Yeah.
little bit. There was actually
Saturday was hard.
Yeah.
No matter where you were, Saturday was hard.
there was a couple posts that I saw scrolling through on Facebook on my feed that, like, you know, we weren't the only one to play that exact same
Yeah.
song at the end of their sets.
Kyle.
Like, Kyle at Northern Lights played it.
Yeah.
A couple other people as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that guy made an impact. and-
Truly an artist, yeah, that touches people and with their work that in the kind of way that you want an artist to reach
Yeah,
out to.
well,
to
and there was
people
just
affect
there was a
people.
video that I saw, like a little recap of a set that he was playing at Burning Man.
Yeah.
And the guy went up to him and he was
Yeah,
just
where he
like, "Man, like
talked
what?
Like, what do you
directly
want
to
to
him.
do?
Like, what's your dream?
Yeah.
Like, what's your dream for the future?" And he basically just said, like, "Man, my dream was always just to be able to like make people smile." With music
And with loud
he just looks
noise.
back at the camera and he's just like, my dream has already come true, man. Like, look out
Yeah.
there. And that to me really made the whole thing actually feel like less of a massive detriment and more of like man, like this guy's life should be celebrated. He did things incredibly right, and nobody's chapter lasts forever. So his life was just solid. It was super. Like,
Yeah.
we should completely celebrate it. I fucking love that guy.
Had this conversation
I
with
hear
people.
you. I also wake up every morning and like check and hope that it's not real.
Yeah. Had this-
Like he was in his mid-30s, I think.
He was
like,
young, yeah.
Just moved to San Francisco to live with his girlfriend. Like had a lot of things happening for him, and
Yeah,
It's
sorry
pretty rough. It's
to
pretty rough
bring this
bummer.
one down. We were having a lot of fun.
No, we had to talk about it at some point.
I'm glad,
I've been
I'm glad
thinking
you
about
brought
it,
up.
dealing with it for the past 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Like you saw the tribute video that we put out. Like that thing was just ready to go, and I was like, "Well, okay, Jared, I guess I just gotta add that something."
It's really amazing though because there was a GoFundMe campaign that was started. They were trying to raise $5,000 for like not only like his memorial and his funeral and stuff, but then anything on top of that was gonna go to like some children's charities of his family's choice and stuff. They raised, I think they're at like $4,800 in under 18 hours. They're
I
probably
believe it.
already past their goal now.
Jeez, I should. I didn't know that was going on.
Yeah.
I'll definitely
Yeah.
put into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's still happening by the time the
Oh, I'm
podcast
sure it will
comes
be.
out,
Yeah.
They
Probably will.
like with GoFundMe accounts, like you allow a certain amount of time. So even if the amount of money goes up over top of your initial goal, you still have that much time to allow people to donate and stuff like that. So
very cool.
it's cool.
Be careful out there, folks.
Yeah, definitely.
Super tragic
Yeah.
story.
It is. It's. I mean, it's not the first person. There was somebody that that passed away on the way to one of your shows once, right? And then you did a tribute in Edmonton
Yeah.
to that. Like it
The
doesn't
guy who
Just
matter.
founded
kind.
Fest 300 also died in a car accident on the way to
Really?
a festival last year. Yeah, my friend Eamon has taken it over and done a very, very good job of taking it over. But he was like taking over his friend's dream, essentially. Like him and his buddy came up with it and
Yeah.
built it up, and
Yeah.
things happen. It's just
So yeah,
really,
just like
hopefully
everybody
there is some
be
purpose
careful.
somewhere.
It's
Do you remember?
a lot of
Like,
traveling.
I almost got into a ridiculous car accident driving on our way to Shambhala the year that you proposed to me.
Oh, and
The people I was driving with,
yeah.
like to a non-divided highway coming around the mountains. Buddy tries to. I'm sitting in the back seat. Buddy tries to pass this RV, sees another car, has that split second of like, shit. Do I slow down and back the hell off, or do I just floor it and try and make it? We were literally like that far off from this fucking oncoming car. And of course, I'm not like I'm completely unbeknownst to the fact that Tanner's gonna propose to me that year. But then after I told him this, he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah, that would have been
That would have been
an
tragic.
interesting year.
As it is, though, that's one of like the best things that's ever happened at Shambhala. People still talk about that as just like
That was
the
great.
dopest engagement of all time.
I
I'm so
was
glad my
very
buddy
s-
Colby was there, and what's the Rob show to
Yeah,
Rob
Rob,
from
um,
Novus.
Was that Lotus Eater?
No,
no,
but like
there was
Colby from
Lotus
Lotus
Eater.
Eaters and Rob from Novus were both
Novus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was definitely footage from them.
there.
But
Yeah,
That was a funny interaction
there's some
because
talent
this
there.
past year at Shambhala, I was running around on my own. I think Tanner was like sleeping or something, and I was running
like
past.
a bitch.
Or no, you were working.
You were in charge
You were
of the
working.
whole weekend.
You were
man.
working at the sanctuary, you were working with Anahata or something like that. And I was just kind of running around frolicking on my own. And I was running out of the village, and I see like Rob standing up on the pathway, like up on that like bench or car, whatever, taking a picture of these people. And I run in behind, super stealthy, like strike a pose, and then run away super immediately. And he points at me and he starts laughing, and nobody else noticed. He had to point out to the other people in the picture that I was there in the first place.
You guys totally missed this chick that just photobombed the fuck out of you.
I think it was him that posted the picture on the Shambhala
Yeah.
Music Festival page, just being like, "Who the hell was this girl?" Like, I was having a super shitty festival experience leading up to this point. A bunch of things were going wrong, and after that, it just lightened up the mood after everything, and immediately got tagged in it and everything. And it turns out that he was the one who we had been looking for the last number of years, who had this GoPro super up close of us getting engaged on stage with Tub Effects.
Yeah,
We've been looking
nice.
for this guy forever.
We always knew there was a dude with a GoPro, and
Yeah.
we were like, man,
and
how
all
do
of
we
a sudden
find
it
this guy?
photobomb.
But to be fair, we never really went on the Shambhala forum and was like,
We didn't really know
hey,
about it at that
there was a
time.
GoPro.
Even when
Yeah.
you put out stuff like that, I mean, like I try to check the Shambhala forum every day, but it's hard to
Yeah.
catch what's going
Well,
on. There's so
Callie-
many people that use
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing.
She just recently decided to put a post on the Shambhala Facebook forum thing about this little note that she found one year that said, "You've been found in possession of Jack Sparrow's coconut," and she ran around the entire festival trying to find Jack Sparrow, and it ended
This
up
is
being
the first year that we started doing like the whole pirate thing too,
Yeah,
so that
it-
was pretty exciting.
it ended up being like a pretty solid adventure because people were always just like, I just saw him. I'm like, he was right back at Fractal Forest, and so she'd run to Fractal, and 3 days went by and she never found him, and eventually it got to the point where it was just like, we're
Last
pretty
night
sure
of the
we're right
festival.
on his tail, like we're pretty close, and she found him, And it was just a funny experience. But she posted on the page just recently, being like,
Because I kept the note.
I've got this note on my wall. Like, I'd really love to find out who this guy is.
No,
and
I
somebody posted I guess he didn't.
I never posted it with the intention of trying to find out who this guy was. I just kind of like had a moment of, I really want to share this experience with you guys because it was magical and powerful and it taught me a lot of things, blah, blah, blah. And then when somebody tagged who it was, Adam Sig...
Maybe, yeah.
Something like that. Anyways, we connected with him, and he's gonna end up emceeing our wedding.
Yeah.
As Jack Sparrow, as the Jack Sparrow that we initially found, which was
Plot
cool as
twist.
shit.
That's beautiful.
That's a cool story.
To explain to the YouTube audience on this one, this is an interview between Betty and Cora, who I work with a lot, and Ski Tour, and things got really weird during this interview. Brits was there, the inventor of festival social media at Shambhala. Shout out to Brits. She's like the original rave mom.
She seems to be laughing through most of this.
We're all so wasted. We're really drunk when we make these interviews. Like we usually wind up all happening on the last day
Shout
of
out to
the
Kokanee.
event.
Sponsored by Kokanee.
Pure fish
Not really.
taste.
Yeah, so the girls and I
have
try
another.
and do different things every time and try and really be outside the normal and so that is happening.
I thought he was gonna like try and jump over her.
Yeah,
No,
like
he just
slam
put
your
his
feet
leg
on
over
it.
her while she ate.
Which year was this?
This is 2014, which was just such an amazing
2014.
experience.
We weren't
Yes.
there, right?
No, you weren't.
Yeah, we were. That was our first one.
Pretty sure that
was our first one.
Yeah, I've got footage of
Because
you.
last year was
you?
I've
2015.
got proof. If the Fozzie Fest video comes up in here,
Last year was
you guys
2015.
rocking out
This year
during
is
Longwalkshortdock.
2016.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
We were there.
That Longwalkshortdock guy.
Oh, we were there.
Yep.
I will
I was
ratify
there. You were
this.
there.
That's the first time I ever heard "choked by robots."
Yes.
Yeah. I think shelving that one. I'm tired of playing that one.
Are you
Oh, yeah?
serious?
Sorry, man.
Great sadness.
I
There's
wanna-
a lot
sorry.
of changes happening
Yeah,
in this
I want
guy's
to ditch
musical
like almost
landscape.
all of the old material.
I have a very fond memory
over it.
of.
Would people be okay with Dave mostly playing D&B and trap from now on?
He's the other trapper.
Unsolved
careful.
mysteries, Dave.
Yeah, well, why don't you just give him the whole fucking show, Jim?
All right, you know what? I have
my
this.
beer, I'm sorry.
I have a memory of like way back when we first started hanging out, you promising us that like, oh man, I have a whole bunch of unreleased tunes that I swear
Oh,
I'm
that
gonna
is
send you
definitely true.
guys.
Oh, I can give you those.
Swear to God, I'm gonna send you guys.
Well,
Yeah.
where's your computer?
It's right there.
Yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff off the records that people want to hear, or maybe they fucking don't. I don't even know. But
Pretty sure they do.
by the middle of this year, I don't want to play anything that wasn't written by June 2015. From there
really?
forward only.
Really?
I'm fucking over it.
Hit a fence where you just want to jump
Yeah,
over.
I don't want to.
You gotta throw just like one or two in.
Then
for
you
old
should have
times.
caught me in the last decade, man. Like, I've been humping a lot of this material around for a long
Seriously, you should have been there on
Nice.
New Year's Eve when he dropped that trap. People were like, "What's happening? What is this?"
No, you did play one or two at in Calgary last time.
Yeah, you've heard actually 2.
Yes.
Now there are 9.
Ooh.
So by the time
Okay, well,
that
I
I get
loved
back out here, hopefully you won't know any of it. And that would be a lot for you two because you keep showing up for this punishment drink for whatever reason. I don't know why, but
I don't know if
God
we
love you
missed
for
a
it.
show that
I don't think so. And
don't
if you
think
did,
we-
it was for a very good reason.
I don't
Yeah,
think we
As
have.
in like a wedding or we're literally on the other side of the planet.
we did
or
have to
something
miss
like that.
Base Coast last year for Callie's mom's wedding, so we missed that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
That
you
was
go.
really good.
I did say wedding. As a
And
matter of
sorry-
fact, that was
Exactly,
my
you
first
did.
example.
You
Astro
knew.
Harvest. Astro Harvest last year, I think I was working. Right? I think I was working.
You were working. I was there.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Did I come back and switch with you? Or did somebody come back and switch with you so you could enjoy like 15 minutes at least?
I think I got a little, but I
Yeah,
remember you
you
were
got a
just like,
little.
"Yo, did you like when I did this?" And I was like, "I wasn't there," and you're like, "What?"
That's a bit of a bummer for you personally. There's about 10 people over the course of many years that I put something in. It's like, this is a thing specifically designed
Shit.
for one person's amusement only.
were-
I think I've missed
Yeah,
50% of
you,
them.
You missed one, you missed at least one or two. You
It
missed
was the other one at
the green couch song.
I always get
yeah.
them confused. Hi-Fi and Habitat.
Missed Green Couch twice.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because that was one at Hi-Fi. Hi-Fi's like
Yeah.
leveled up too. They got a new PK system in there.
Really cool. I
I
love
guess
that
it just
place.
looks like a lot prettier, and we haven't been there.
Shout out to High
Oh, yeah.
Five.
Jim's wearing a Hi-Fi hat.
And I think I'm going to be going there tomorrow for A Skills.
Well, and we actually
Nice.
just got invited by Rhett to come and play with you again,
yeah.
as you did originally. Wondering.
Cool.
But, no,
But
but
it's
that's
that
the
same
same weekend
weekend
that we're playing a festival.
Fuck!
Yes.
We
Great
should bust
sadness.
out for one day or something.
That's
We should
bar.
just- What day is the
It's
Calgary
not
show?
that far. It's like a
Friday.
2-hour drive.
Friday. Which
I'm
day-
pretty sure I'm playing Saturday.
If that's
we
the
could do
case,
it.
then we might be able to do the Calgary show.
Do it.
Which festival is it? That Desert
Tribe.
Dwellers one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
try.
Cool. Congratulations.
Yeah. Shout out to Millie for throwing that together.
Yeah,
That's going to be super amazing
It's,
for sure.
Boosh!
Okay, you carry it for a second. I gotta piss.
Yeah, I was gonna
This
ask.
is a live
is it in-
Dub Effects
is it in
show that
poor
I
taste
saw
to
you
take
guys
pee
at.
breaks
No,
during
no.
these? Okay, well, I'll
Do you
go
remember
after
this?
This was when Cal got up on stage, didn't he? Pretty sure this was at Republic, yeah? 2014.
Yeah, it was like one of the last shows at
So
Republic.
our roommate Cal,
I got to play there finally
our
before it
ex-roommate
closed.
anyways,
Again.
venue.
he
Yeah.
he
It was a
won.
great venue, and I was like too young to get into it, and then it closed, and then it became this other thing, and then it was open across the street, and then it was closed, and then it reopened in the original.
And now the
location.
building's not even there. It's been.
I like to
getting
point out
knocked
I
down.
am text messaging
Heartbreaking.
the entire time that I fucking filmed this, and
Yeah.
it's still like the front angle there. I'm not even watching this.
Yeah. No, our
this dial
old
Consummate
roommate.
professional.
I did the same thing to you once. I totally
Hey!
filmed the show.
I pay you, motherfucker!
Actually, I did not get paid for that one.
Oh, really? Okay, well then, no problem.
Yeah.
Our old roommate Cal won a contest to be able to come up on stage and perform at Dub Effects. He has this like little instrument. It's like a kazoo. Fuck, what the hell does he call it again?
If I
Melodica?
find that.
No. He has like a weird name for it. Tanner will remember it when he comes back down from pissing. But he won this contest and he wasn't gonna come out to the show for whatever reason. I think his girlfriend Sarah was feeling sick or something, and he was just gonna stay home. And then they call his name to come up on stage, and the whole time we're texting, being like, "Cal, you gotta get down here. You need to get the fuck down here right now." He sped. What does he call his weird little kazoo thing?
Oh, the Buzzderfer.
The Buzzderfer.
I haven't seen him bust that out in a
He
while.
makes it sound like a harmonica. It's ridiculous. But yeah, they call his name up. We're texting the fuck out of him, and he's like, "Oh shit, oh shit." Like speeds all the way down, and finally, even after the opportunity was missed, like when everybody had already been up and on, he pulls Ben to the side, just being like, "Hey, I'm here now," and he's like, "All right, come on up." Play some
awesome.
jams on his Buzzderfer.
That I do want to hear.
Republic.
I should check to see
Republic's
if I have
gone,
footage
eh?
of that.
You probably do.
I heard that.
You probably do.
That
I
was,
might.
I mean, that
Raz
was a
came
legendary
by
venue
and
before I
we
could
kind
even
of
get
partied
in
a
there.
lot
Yeah.
that night.
They had like
Shout
all
out
of
to
the killer-
Raz from Fozzie Fest.
Yeah, all of the killer 90s bands that I wanted to see that was underage to go see had played there or were going
Yeah.
through. I'd see them on gig posters and be like, no.
Yeah, it's too bad. It had quite the name here, and they.
I did get to play there once though, and it was fun.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun.
Yeah, that was a good show.
So partial credit. But it was cool. I liked the layout a lot. It was like some mansion that was turned into a super club.
Yeah, but it had like that really low ceiling. It was
Yeah,
kinda-
yeah. But the multiple layers and this and that. I really
Have you been
Actually,
out?
I think it was funny. It's funny because the first time Rhett scoped me out at one of the like super underground sketchy raves that Fred threw, and he invited us to come and play the very, very upstairs floor at Republic for the first time. That was the first show that we ever played for him.
No, that was Ski Tour.
Yeah,
Ski Tour and Slink were downstairs, and we had the upstairs.
yeah, but that was the first show. Pretty sure that we ever played for him was at Republic there after being scoped
Yeah, I think so.
in a way.
Maybe.
Pretty sure
I
that's
don't know.
what he
You're
said.
testing my memory.
scoped.
Scoped.
Periscoped.
Yeah, man. Too good.
Shit, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about a venue. Buzzderfer. Shit.
What venue?
Okay. Well,
Astro Harvest? Can we talk about Astro Harvest?
Oh.
can we? Well, yeah, whatever. We can talk about.
No spoilers, Jim. You are
You hold
privileged to
all of the
privilege
spoilers
information.
right now.
You cannot say.
Yeah.
The
Can we
this
talk about
conversation is in your hands.
There's going to be a lot of stuff happening in Astro Harvest this year. I'm just going to say that. I've been blessed to be invited to join their crew, and I'm like...
Winners of the Fest 300 contest.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all winners, but we won.
We fucking won!
No, a lot of great festivals made it in this year, Base Coast and Motion Ocean, but we're really, really proud that we actually, like, we had no idea that we had that loyal following at Astral.
it was
that
close
we would
with Base
win
Coast,
that whole
right?
thing.
Base Coast was in the lead
Sort
for a
of.
bit.
It was like within 100,
Yeah.
but then I think like everything else was like, it was within 100, but I'm pretty sure that everything else behind it was then like within 40, 50, 30.
They both deserve it, man.
Oh, Base Coast is Base Coast and Astro Harvest. I think are like Shambhala is this massive experiment in how far we can take all things art,
it's on a
life,
little bit
experience.
of a different scale.
But as far as like, there's something that Astral and Base Coast have that is just like, it's like they've created the most positive, intentional communities. I've been to a couple festivals that I won't talk about where the intention to create a community is there, but the people running it, their philosophies, their idiosyncrasies, whatever, prevent that from really being a genuine article.
Yeah.
But Astro Harvest and Base Coast and Shambhala are, and then Fozzie Fest too, they're just so damn genuine.
Just
Like, Base Coast, I mean, one of my favorite things about Base Coast is that they say, like, this isn't a feminist festival.
what the fuck?
It's completely run by women. This is a music video for Elvis Presley that starts off super weird. We have this running character in our friend Seti, who is also just like a running figure in the party scene. Like, everybody in the funk community knows this guy. He will get, like, damn near naked for party's sakes.
What a trooper.
Oh yeah, I've completely seen this guy bare ass.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
Jealous.
Shout out to Seti. He's a really good dude. He started DJing in the last year. It's actually doing great for him. He's got a weekly night in Victoria.
Nice.
And he is game for whatever we want to put him through in a music video, because he just loves to hang out with us and party. To his credit, he's like calming it down and mostly getting back at festivals now. But he was just the perfect guy to be this ridiculous neighbor. We basically, like, with this music video, there's so many party music videos that are just super fake and obviously staged. So what we did was we just took rave lighting and put them in a house and had a real party. So everyone is wasted. And I'm shooting a real music video around them. It's the same basic plot as the LMFAO video, but just like done for real.
For real.
Everybody around me is gone. The rappers and the DJ are the only people that are sobered up. There's a bunch of footage of all of my friends at this party eating cake off the ground.
Let them eat cake.
This was such a good party that I live in Victoria most of the time.
The
like,
cake
I'm
is alive,
friends
dude.
with all these people that I didn't know. And it may be because I have that cake footage, especially Cynthia. Cynthia, you definitely just like...
So you got like blackmail material on most of your friends.
Dunks at one point, Dunks from the Funk Hunters at Shambhala at like 8 in the morning when, you know, everyone's squirrely, grabs me and he's like, you have all of this incriminating footage of the coolest people in the world. And I was like, no, man, I turned the camera off. Yeah.
All right, okay, one thing I wanted to ask you. Do you have an Oculus Rift on order?
I don't. They said
they're
they were
shipping.
They said they were gonna street for less than what they're going to. And to be perfectly honest, I need to try one of these things before I'm going to buy it, because I don't know what they're going to be like, and I don't know if I'm going to be into it. I would give it a 90% chance that I'm going to be all about it.
Yeah.
But I still don't know. I had one of the very first forms of those stupid things, which was one of Nintendo's greatest failures, called the Virtual Boy, if you remember that.
Yeah, Virtual Boy.
It had this really twisted commercial where it was like a kid running from it, and this thing like had like tentacles or like cords, and it grabbed it and like suckered to his face, and like he's like playing like this.
I'm looking that up.
It was pretty gnarbar at the time. But
hold on,
every game had this this warning that was like every 15 minutes you need to take a 5-minute break because it's really bad for your fucking eyes.
Was that the one that was red? It was
yeah,
all red?
everything was red.
Black.
Grayscale, yeah. Red.
I played Wario something on that.
Yeah, I had
okay, go.
red something that was like this kind of flyer shooter Star Fox type perspective.
Right.
And
angry video game.
yeah, that's to be expected.
Yeah.
And
Look up the commercial.
I had
bullshit.
tennis,
Fuck
and
it.
I had Super Punch Out, or whatever they called it for that.
Yeah. I think I
That's
played
what
that
they
one
said
too.
about 3D TVs and like 3D
Yeah, that's
movies.
the one up top there.
When they
Look
first
at
came
that.
out, is that
So
it's super bad for your eyes because you're focusing on a focal point that isn't actually there.
Yeah. They even got that guy. They even got the in a world
the voice guy.
Yeah, word.
In a world
Yeah.
where your imagination exceeds the potential of this.
See, it's like
product.
chasing him. It's like super 1984.
Holy shit.
This is
Really?
some James Cameron shit
Like
right here.
Terminator 2.
I remember this as
Dude,
sticks.
did you just hear that? I'm like, look at this. It's
Did you have a Nintendo Power subscription back
did.
then?
Look at that.
Me too.
I remember that. It's just like,
Oh
It's like the equivalent of like a facehugger move. It's crazy.
Wait, do you remember that back when their slogan was Nintendo Play It Loud?
Play it loud.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I definitely do.
PK should adopt
And
that.
I did and do.
Still continue to do
It's true.
so.
He makes loud noises.
I was listening to video game music when you picked me up.
Yeah.
Are you
I
going to
know.
the bathroom or getting
I
a
always
beer?
expect
I
it.
was gonna have a beer, but I don't see any, so now I'm gonna pee.
Well, they're in
You
the,
have a
some
bunch
beers
when you
when
come
you're up
down,
there?
yeah.
yeah, they're in the fridge.
Upstairs?
Yeah, there's like
Upstairs in the
24 in
fridge.
the
I'm
fridge.
asking where the bathroom is.
Also,
Why are you spending your time
The
watching
bathroom is in the fridge and the beers are in the
He's
bathroom.
going to pee now. Think about that for the next 3.5 minutes.
This is why we need a second GoPro.
Oh God, please no.
Actually, we have one. Cal's got two, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Cal's gonna donate his GoPros to us.
Well, there's
for the-
nothing less creepy than a bathroom camera.
right? Or
Or
awesome.
more enjoyable. I don't know. I guess it really depends how you swing it.
Yeah, no, Cal's gonna donate his cameras to us. We're gonna give him some guest list to
Yeah.
Astral Harvest Music and Arts
That
Festival.
way we have something to take with us when we take the podcast on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stoked to see what you guys do
Right.
with the
We
podcast on the road.
are very on the edge of putting up the little GoFundMe thing because we really want to make it happen. We really want to bring it like right here on the screen. This is the beach of Fozzie Fest. I would kill to be able to podcast on this beach with any sort of festival
Even on a
attendees,
houseboat, dude.
artists on the houseboats, just to be able to do it wherever we want. But we just don't have the capital to put the
Neither do
hardware
we,
together.
so you can see
while
that
we
there's
need
a
to get-
freaking H-friend in the shot.
Yeah.
We gotta match this up. Just so no one's weirded out, that was the gaff. The gaff is an RMT and an herbal healer. So what he was doing there was like rubbing like
oils.
essential oils
Yeah.
on her
Yeah.
throat. Because by the end of the weekend, their throats were just mangled because it's a beach party and these guys,
Yeah.
their pretty much job is to party and they do it very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Party responsibly.
No, I mean they're really good at it.
Very responsible at
Yeah.
partying irresponsibly.
Yeah, we're like they're rave moms and I'm a rave dad. We're always making sure everyone is like
Yeah.
at a good level, hydrated and stuff. I'm actually going to be bringing an assistant with me because I've learned so much from them about how important it is when you're working at a festival to stay alive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
No, that's
it
so
can be
true,
really
though.
intense working at these things. Like
Yeah, this
You're
is
working
true.
like-
Well,
a full
Fozzie
day.
Fest this past year, Tanner only really got to see one set. He got to see Defunct because there was just
And you.
and me,
well,
yeah,
didn't
but
kill this,
there was
so that's good.
There
But
was
man,
a lot
you
of
missed, Steve, did you miss the prototypes?
I caught about 10 minutes of the prototypes because
So good.
I was able to.
Your re-ups.
Somebody covered for me while I shuffled over and caught it. But managing a houseboat, like we called it Genesa Cruise Lines. We were like trying to cater. We were trying to cook meals for everybody on the boat, and I was also coordinating the sanctuary. And my co-coordinator was like about to drop, like
Literally
she
about
was
to
very
pop.
pregnant, so she didn't make it to the festival. So the whole sanctuary ended up falling down on me, and of course our like wonderful like Trevor. He stepped up to be a manager that year, and everybody else that worked the sanctuary with us this year just kind of stepped up and helped make it happen. But it was super intensive. I had to basically work like a manager shift every night, and then kind of take care of the houseboat. So I saw 2 or 3 sets all weekend. I was supposed to play Ben and Scott stage the Crystal Cave,
Yep.
or both, whatever. I've heard it called both. But I just couldn't.
It's the
I had
cave.
to,
It's the cave.
the Crave Cupcake.
could be like a cupcake tot.
But yeah, I'm really this year. I'm gonna promise myself that I'm gonna enjoy Fozzie Fest.
Yeah, you have to enjoy these things.
Because
Like,
I got
people
overloaded.
sometimes assume it's like, oh, you're working at a festival, life must be all lollipops and
No.
everything. It's like, no.
Do you know what it's like
It's
to work in real life?
It's work and everyone
literally a
around you is
job.
high as shit.
It's literally a job.
Grand
Like I
time.
always use this metaphor of like everyone's seen that episode of Planet Earth where the guy is sitting there in a log waiting for 2 birds to do a mating dance for 3 days.
Oh, the Bird of Paradise.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I say the comparison for me is that
Took him a face.
I'm that guy waiting for 3 days and I'm getting elbowed in the face by guys like that.
Topical reference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I told my buddy Dan I'd link him the link to this. So yeah, I got your check on my face.
Shout out to Dan. Who's Dan?
Dan Ross, good friend of
Check
mine.
out my face
He
joke.
did most of the guitar work on the first.
Oh, Dan!
Longwalker.
Yeah, he was
You know
in
Dan.
Kipper. He was in Kipper Rose's
Yeah,
band, the
Kipper Rose,
Chaperones.
that's
Yeah,
correct.
Dan Ross is awesome. Really great guitarist.
Dan, I miss you.
Good dude.
Come back to us.
Yeah, man.
Or actually, I'm coming
Tall
your way
Tree
soon.
2012, man.
Yeah.
Tall Tree 2012. All
Yeah,
the
that's one
stars
we've
were
never
blankets.
really been to.
You got to do that one. Man.
Where is it?
It is on the far west coast of
Oh my god,
Vancouver
it's on the
Island.
west coast of Vancouver Island. It's like you're on a mountain facing the edge of the
Oh.
world. Japan is over the curve,
Yeah.
far.
But you can't see it.
You can
No.
almost see the curvature a little bit. Yeah, it's
You
and
can. It's you're
The
so high
drive
up
there
that
is
you can
very.
see that
There are
it's
two drives
bad.
there, but yeah, it's very prehistoric in a way.
Whoa,
like
whoa,
they're.
whoa, whoa,
They literally have this thing called
Yeah.
Avatar Grove that has the oldest trees in BC, and the
it's
festival
quite
itself
something,
was founded to save it, and they did.
Oh,
and now they've
cool.
moved on to saving other places with it. And
Now
I
we're
think
gonna
it's the
save
best
other
mix of. They save trees, man. It's the best mix of
trees.
live and electronic music that I've seen.
Which is my
at a
jam
festival.
for sure. I love it when it's like bands, and then when the sun goes down, it's like, okay, now it's rave, and then
Yeah.
it's bands. Like, because I can never pick one over the other,
Yeah.
and I get tired of too much of one thing always. Like, I love Star Wars movies, but I wouldn't want to
Totally.
watch 6 Star Wars movies in a row,
We
even
haven't
though there
really
are.
been to a festival like
mean,
that.
there's
Like, I
7
don't
now,
really get
whatever.
tired of the.
Actually, there's about 3.5 if you ask me. But
Kootenai was like that. There was bands during the day.
Oh
and-
yeah, when Dave shot you in the head with a shitty
No,
bow
no,
and
no,
arrow.
no. That was not Dave that
different
shot me in the
Dave.
head. You didn't
This
shoot.
man could
did you
not
shoot me in
hit
the
you
head?
with a bow
I'm
and arrow
pretty
if
sure you
tried.
came home and said that Longwalkshortdock shot me in the head, and that's how you ended up with shingles and nerve damage.
whoa.
That happened. That's
Now,
what
wait a
happened.
minute.
Tim's on the fucking floor.
I am no longer on board with this story.
You have no idea.
No. I'm pretty sure you were there, but I don't think it was you that pulled the trigger.
I would
That's
remember giving someone a
No,
serious
it was
disease.
Colton.
There's my beer. I'm
And
good.
it was Colton's buddy. I can't remember his name offhand. He's blonde, like really handsome looking dude. But he was the one that like we made this crude bow and arrow out of like a stick and a twig, and then we used like filed down sticks as
Put
arrows.
a can on top of
And
his fucking head.
that was after we got wasted in your little bed and breakfast unit,
Yes.
and
Fun times.
Dingo was there, and I remember we were stumbling back up to the
Hi,
festival.
Dingo.
Sun was up, we were stumbling back, and I decided to put my empty beer can on top of my head, and he pulled the bow and arrow back, and it was just like I covered my eyes.
I definitely wouldn't have done that.
You were standing. You were
I
standing. there
wouldn't have
next.
done it though because I would have been like, I'm gonna hurt my friend. There's no way.
So long story short, he fires its arrow, and it definitely doesn't hit the beer can. It hits me square in the forehead. My eyes were covered, but it hits me in the forehead, and it was slightly sharpened, and it punctured the skin, and I was like, oh, that's lame, blah blah. But we got back in the car, like when I was leaving the festival, we're on the highway driving back through BC, and I'm like, why is my forehead so fucking itchy?
So
Like,
here's
what's
the
wrong
thing.
with my forehead? And then I get back home, and all of a sudden it starts to break out in this rash.
Here's the
And-
thing.
Well, let me finish the story. So it caused nerve trauma. Like, I guess it pinched a nerve and like caused trauma to the nerve.
Give a little bit of
which-
backstory though. Like the reason.
What do you mean backstory?
Well, no, like the reason that I knew what it was, because like when he first came home, he was complaining of like there's this weird tingling feeling in my forehead. It feels like there's bugs crawling all over the side of my face, and it was spreading over and over. And the reason that I knew about it was because as a kid, my dad had shingles brought on by a condition called trigeminal neuralgia, which is a pinching of a nerve in your trigeminal nerve in the brain. Shingles can be brought on also by just general nerve trauma. So
Yeah.
when the arrow hit him square in the forehead, it hit this fucking nerve that caused trauma and just like broke
Yeah.
out and all this shit.
So half my face.
Dude, I didn't hear about any of this.
That's not true. Like next time that we played, I was just like, "Fuck, I've got shingles." Because you were in Calgary like a little bit after that, and I was like, "That gave me shingles," and you were like, "Get the fuck away from me."
It's not contagious like that. That's not how it works. It's all internal.
Charming, Dave.
Charming.
Jim,
Did you just say trigeminal?
trigeminal neuralgia.
What does that mean? And was that like named by real scientists?
Yes.
Or people that host Gem and Jam?
Trigeminal neuralgia is when there's a pinching of your trigeminal trigeminal nerve in your brain. And
Is that where my pineal gland is?
No.
'Cause, like,
It's
I hope connected.
it's in on the side, and it can be caused like by stress. Even if you're just dealing with a shitload of stress, your brain swells up and it just pinches your nerve and gives you a bunch of shingles.
The arrow would have had
It
to.
happened to my dad, dude.
That'd
It
go
straight up
pretty
happened to my
crazy.
dad.
Wow, I thought you could only get shingles from like an evolved
I thought it
form
was
of
a weird,
chickenpox.
rash, contagious thing, which is probably why I said
weird.
that to you.
No.
The more you know.
The more
so
you
weird.
know.
You've all
It
learned about the
literally-
trigeminal thing.
My head, like, it felt like
My
it was, like,
head.
Kills.
it felt like there was little ants crawling on my forehead. Like I could feel the little tickle, 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 tickle. Like it was working its way across, and I'd keep like, oh, it was super weird. And the shitty thing apparently is, now that I've had it, apparently I'm going to be more prone to having it in the future.
Unlike chickenpox.
Yeah.
No, but it is chickenpox.
I got chickenpox.
It basically is
when I was
chickenpox.
it's-
Yeah.
it's-
Shingles.
The second time I got chickenpox was the worst.
You got it twice?
Yeah, I was 17 and it was everywhere, and it was just like, yeah, what the
Jim,
fuck?
Then that was shingles because you
Yeah.
get, once you get chickenpox once, apparently your body develops an immunity to it. But when
But
it
it
when
evolves.
it,
Ian and Matt, who I gave shingles.
when it re-expresses itself, when it like happens again, it's apparently called shingles. It's a little bit
Harsh.
different.
A little bit of a different
cheek
virus,
Matt.
I think.
Blue
Yeah.
cheek.
That was
I gave him
that was a
shingles.
great festival.
No.
Kootenai didn't happen this year. This past year. eh?
Darkness.
Yeah,
just
what's the deal with that? Is it coming back?
descends. I'm
Is
not
it
sure.
taking
I
off?
would like to go.
James did take the last year off. He and a bunch of other very giving and caring individuals are doing ocean rescue stuff, which means they are cleaning up a whole bunch of stuff that is still washing up on the west coast of this country from the tsunami.
Wow.
And that is
Well,
a big job and is
Respect to that.
understandably more important.
Damn,
And so he also did it for about, I think he did at least 10. I don't doubt that you'll see it come back.
Yeah.
There are just too many
I would like to
too
go.
many reasons that would happen.
I mean, it was a
again.
hell of an experience. You leaving me for the first time to go to a festival and then coming back and being all sorts of fucked up. It's like, this is what happens when I'm not around.
Yeah, Colton was coming from Edmonton to Calgary to crash at our place and then leave from Calgary to Kootenai.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere between him getting to my house and us leaving, he convinced me to get in the car with him.
No, that's one for the books. The Kootenai experience is one like no other. I've definitely seen things there that I have never and hope to never see elsewhere, and I mean that in a bad and good way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So curious.
it's pretty crazy. That's where I definitely got to know Fred a bit, who was in full
Yeah.
form at that one.
Yeah,
Full form.
definitely. Almost his final form.
He was definitely enjoying himself. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
He never didn't.
I miss that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's been years now, eh? Man. That was lightning in a bottle that year. It was 2013 that after we'd been to his funeral there was a bunch of like gemstones that had his initials carved into them.
At his
yeah.
funeral that were just in that thing.
Yeah,
they were
we
giving
took
away.
Cool.
a pocket full of them, and then that year, every single festival we went to, whenever we were at a certain stage, at a certain set that we thought that he would have enjoyed.
Oh, nice. That's a
dug
wonderful
up-
tribute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buried a stone at the stage underground.
There's definitely one buried at the main stage at Astro Harvest, like front and to the left.
Ah, yes.
There's one
the
buried at
classic
Mono.
positioning, Yeah.
Yep.
Even though
Sweet.
some of these festivals were ones that he was banned from, but you know, he's there now.
All
But
right.
yeah, there's that's one for the books. It's
Fred is one for the books.
yeah, both of
that's
those.
true.
Those two they're of the same rarity strain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet his brother Trent?
I might have. I don't
He's
know
a
him as
great
well.
human.
That's for sure.
We hung out
Yeah.
with him the other weekend. He's he lives in Montreal primarily, but he was just back here. I think they're like renovating the house and stuff, and he's helping with that. But
Helping out his
he's
parents and
super
stuff.
dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, when is the Long Walk Short Dock experience going 3D, like blue and red glasses?
Whoa.
Well, there's not really a point to do the blue and red thing anymore. That was it.
Or just like
it's
Microsoft
pretty 3D
HoloLens?
already.
Oh, I know.
It's about as 3D as we can afford, bro.
You're 3D.
It's like there's the scrim and or translucent front screen, and then
Scrim.
it's called scrim.
Cool.
Not making this up.
Fireproof.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's
Yeah.
fireproof.
Not ours. And
Need that for all that flying.
and then there's
That's where the word is
me
supposed
and
to go.
the layers of internal projection that light me in the gear, and then there's a backdrop.
Yeah.
So that's, I count 3 dimensions right there, boy. No,
All right.
Well, let's wrap this up. No, I mean, that's something you should know about when me and Tim go on tour, basically we take all of that money, pay off all the debt we've incurred by not touring, and then take the remaining amount of money to buy new shit to make the show crazier.
Right.
That is the
It
motif.
just gets reinvested.
And that's basically what happens over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, we want to do the big crazy shows that people have seen on YouTube and this and that, and
Yeah.
lots of people are doing amazing shows, but we just can't fuck with that bank at all.
Oh, by the
Not
way,
at all.
where are you playing when you come through Calgary in May?
I actually don't even know yet.
Yeah, like the event page isn't. I know that I saw there was
No.
a date, right?
Well, Rhett was mentioning something to me. I have the name somewhere else, but it was a place I was unfamiliar with.
Is it
I feel like
by
it might be-
chance Distortion?
No, I feel
think so,
like
'cause
it
I
might be
would've
Night
remembered
Owl
that
because
name.
he's done a couple shows.
Oh, I think it might be Night Owl.
Yeah,
I can't
he
say.
just did. Was it Kill Frenzy there?
Yeah.
I'm bummed because I actually really like 10 or said it fit perfectly
Yeah.
there. And it
10 is
sounded great,
done.
and it
Yeah,
looked great.
no
man.
No,
more.
I know. I
Some-
know, and I know the reasons why, and it's very unfortunate.
Some butthole.
Whatever the hell the reason for that was.
I saw the
but-
footage, and
yeah.
it looks as stupid as it was.
Yeah.
Literally
I'm
random
just
and stupid.
Glad nobody really got hurt, to the best of my knowledge. Anyway, that's
Yeah,
what I
no, it was
understood.
close. It was definitely close, but
Well, I see something like that, and then I go, "Wow, if that happened the night that I was playing there, that's where my parents were standing."
yeah, exactly, right?
Right in the
like
doorway?
any one
I
of us
will
could have
end
been
you.
there.
Yeah.
And then the thing that came down from it though was that, that was a hip hop night, so everybody started turning against it, just being like, "Oh, that's what happens when hip hop
I
people
don't
get
think
together."
you
And it's
can
like, no,
go broad term
you can't
like
do
that,
that.
no.
You can't do that because that's what happens with electronic music too. We get stigmatized for our scene in the
Yeah.
exact same
So
way.
has
Like, it could happen
metal.
to anybody.
So has rock.
The event
Yeah,
itself was
Dimebag
so
Darrell,
random.
man. Like that guy.
I do have to say though, like I started out in hip hop.
Right.
It was what I was doing for the first 2 years where I was filming shit, and I'm done with it because of the violence and aggression that was
Right.
at every show that I couldn't escape. There was this attitude. These guys were coming to the show, and
Ready
any
to
girl
fight.
that was there was a target. And I know that it does happen that way at electronic music shows, but it's more intense
Right.
in that subculture.
Yeah.
I really was turned off by it in a big way. I love hip hop,
Oh, totally.
but Kendrick Lamar's album last year was my favorite album.
I
but
just don't
I
think
don't
that
go
it's
into that
fair.
world.
I just don't think that it's
Going
fair
into
for
it.
like us as ravers and kids of an electronic scene
It's
to
a
try
bit of
and
the pop calling the kettle
to try
black.
and
We
like
do
yeah
things that
to
are
try
really
and
sketchy too
stigmatize
at times.
another
for
scene
sure.
for something happening when everybody else that does that to us in the first place. Like it was so random.
You can't stereotype just like you can't broadcast like stereotypes in any other way. Like, oh, these kind of people.
A
are
Jurassic
bad at
5
this, or
show
these
will
kind
be
of
the
people
most
are prone
peaceful
to this.
thing you
That's
could experience.
equally as
Yeah.
offensive as this kind of music has these kind of fans. That's just not
Yep.
the case. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But
It just sucks what
the
happened.
moral of the
Tim.
story that is unilaterally agreed upon is that assholes are everywhere and can and will strike whenever they're
Assholes will
expected.
ruin every political theory, no matter what. There's no political theory that an asshole can't exploit and ruin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you, what is it? It's Tuesday today?
When's
No, it's
Tuesday?
Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's
And you're
Tuesday. We
Tuesday.
figured that out earlier.
You're playing. You're playing in Winnipeg Thursday night.
That is correct. Yeah.
Sweet.
So I got to drive to Regina tomorrow and do my traditional $60 loss at the casino there.
Oh, really?
There's a
Yeah.
casino there?
Where's the
That's
tradi-
about all there is to do there by the time.
There's one really beautiful park right in the middle of town.
I'm only there at night.
I know it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Or I'm leaving in the morning.
Just that one
whatever.
park's nice. I'm just
So I go
trying
to
to find a
the
good thing.
casino and lose money at the really crazy Bose sound system, like BLTs. That's really fun.
Bose like Bose installed into the VLTs?
Yeah, the whole thing's shaking. They
Are you
have this
fucking
like
kidding me?
beautiful like 3-dimensional sound. It's very hypnotic for somebody
Joe,
who likes
are you
video
hearing
games.
this?
It's like, oh, this is so fun, and then you realize you're losing real money, and you're like, right,
Oh shit!
should probably cut short.
Last time I was
I've never
in,
won there. Yeah.
Last time I was in
I should
Vegas.
maybe not go this time. Actually,
Nah,
now that I
don't
say
do
it
it.
out loud.
Don't do
You didn't go last time.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why did I tell you that I wasn't gonna go? Because I always lose $60 there.
So there you go. Why even bother?
Because I was there to be like, Don't do it.
At least you put a limit on it.
Once I won 100, and then I lost it, and then another 60.
This is how gambling works, my friend.
Yeah.
You think you end up on top. You
I think
just
I'm
don't.
about 50-50 for lifetime gambles. You
Yeah?
know? Of money invested
Breaking
versus
even?
money retained. Yeah. Because I've walked into a place and been like, hey, roulette, sweet, $10 on 9, and hit it. Like, I have done that.
Yeah, that's all I ever do
Always
is either
nine,
just
but,
like
you know.
one on roulette or the last time I was in Vegas, we were at the airport and there just happened to be a slot machine that was like alien, like
that
Ridley
wasn't the-
Scott.
Dude, I played the alien slot machine at the airport.
There's an alien slot machine.
That wasn't at the
it's not
that
very
was the
good.
base of the
By that
lecture.
shit,
not
no
very
matter
good,
what.
but-
Who gives a fuck? It's
Yeah,
Alien.
I know,
It's like
I
the
know,
best
yeah.
movie ever.
Wherever it was.
You must have been in the same terminal, and you
No,
probably
no.
flew
Pretty sure it was at the airport.
It was definitely at the base of the Luxor, the hotel that we were staying in. We walked through, just being like, well, we're going to walk through at least once, because I can't gamble, because I was only 20 at the time. We walked through, and you're like, okay, I have to do this.
Either way.
That's a drag. Why would you go when you were 20, man? You gotta wait a year.
We were coming back from Lightning in a Bottle, and it was like, I
Yeah,
just like
okay.
flash your lights. I'm not a gambler anyway, so even if I was of age to do it,
Well,
I
then you
still
and
wouldn't
Dingo
have.
can hang out, and me and Tanner
What,
will
Dingo's
gamble. He hates
young?
gambling.
Oh, I was like, he's not.
He's not young. He just hates gambling. He hates the whole idea.
But we
about
still,
it.
like, even at 20, like, you still get, like, girls
I've
walking
tried to get
around
him to
with
like it.
trays
I'm
of
giving him
drinks.
money to
They'll
make him
still
like
feed
it,
you
you know?
alcohol. They don't ask for ID. Like, don't get me wrong, I still had an amazing time the Vegas way. I just don't really gamble because I think it's kind of dumb.
It is kind of dumb, but it's not dumb when you put it into a slot machine. You hit this button, and it's like, wow, now I have $600.
See, that's never
Like,
happened to me.
It does and can happen.
Yeah.
You can win way more than that.
Yeah.
You are more likely to
true.
not, but you
I'll-
can.
We're lucky to have failed, eh?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
put like $5-10 maybe in, and I have before.
That's normally
But, like, you know,
my
that's-
range is in the 20 to 60 if I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna sit down and be
That's
like, I'm
still too
going
much.
to gamble.
I worked in bars and pubs for too long to watch people just sit there the entire night
that's
mindlessly
different.
putting money in.
That's
That
different.
scares the shit out of me, man.
Keno.
You have to roll up
Keno or
with
slots.
Yeah.
X amount of cash, and you don't take any more out. You're like, this is the max that is going to leave my
Yeah,
person.
it's true.
You mean to tell me you haven't gone to
I have an
a
addictive
bar
personality, though. I
with
can be
the
twisted.
like intention of having a drink or two, and then done a like blitzer and spent more
Yeah.
than $60 buying drinks for all you and your friends? 'cause
Don't you
you're
think
having
that
a good
that's
time?
where those people first started, though? The people who sit there the entire night? You think they from the beginning planned to sit there the entire night?
No.
Yeah.
Do people plan to be living on the street because they're addicted to a drug?
Exactly.
Do people plan on like selling off all their crap because they want
Exactly.
something else? No, but shit happens.
Yeah.
It's a moderatory thing. I'm not sitting here endorsing gambling, but
Everybody go home and gamble now.
it's fun
Yeah,
No,
totally
sometimes.
gamble now.
I very rarely gamble. It's not something.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. This is like my once or twice a year, and I always do it because we always kind of piggyback on the way to Winnipeg through Regina because it's a 14-hour drive otherwise.
Well, at least
There's
you're
no way you can do it.
stimulating the
It's
economy. of
insane,
Regina.
and as soon as you get into Winnipeg, there's ice in all of the urinals, and you don't understand why,
What?
and it just haunts you.
That is a true thing.
Yeah. No, there's ice in all the
Ice in
urinals. Yep.
Why?
Yeah.
No, it's
cheaper than
It's a bit of an overstatement,
urinal
but
pucks.
Splashless urinal cakes.
there's a really nice washroom in Brandon at the Esso on the left-hand side.
Where's
I will
Brandon?
remember
the north
that.
side of the Trans-Canada.
Brandon, Ontario?
They have Dyson
Brandon.
air blades. Yeah, it's swag town in there. Yeah, all marble. Real nice.
Holy.
As far as gas station washrooms go, and I've seen them
Well, that's
all.
a gas station you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I wonder why. I wonder who was the one that decided. Like,
It's doorless.
deck this
it's just
out.
this marble hallway that loops around. Sans
Like
door.
the malls.
Like the mall.
you sure you didn't?
All this talk about bathrooms. I'm going to be right back.
Well, everyone else is taking their shift. Yeah.
Yep.
We each take turns.
Speaking of Dingo,
Yeah. What's up, Dingo?
Hi, Dingo.
what's up, Dingo?
Stop
Are
going
you,
to school and come
Hang
be
out.
stupid with us.
you
Bless
guys?
you.
You guys get Duncan Trussell in Vancouver. He's not coming anywhere out here.
He is the
But-
resident expert on Dr. Trussell. I know
Yeah.
him of his work only through Dingo being such a fan of it.
Yeah.
basically.
Are you gonna go or is he?
I
well,
would
he's
go
gonna
on his recommendation if
Duncan's
I'm there.
he's a hilarious stand-up comedian.
I've seen his Drunk History. That's
Yes.
one of my
The one
favorite
where
drunk
he-
Yes.
Is that
histories. With John C.
Absinthe?
Riley and
Absinthe and like a six-pack of
it's
beer.
Edison and
Tesla.
And Tesla.
Oh, it's one of the best. I
Like,
don't think they've-
Pukes up all over the toilets, being
Yeah.
like, I don't remember eating that.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you guys are looking for something hilarious,
that's one of the better ones. Crispin Glover is the other one.
Yeah.
It's like Edison was an asshole. He's like, look what alternating current does to an animal. It kills them.
Kills a man.
And like the way those guys mouth it
It's
out.
good.
I love at the
So
end when
good.
he's just like, he died in love with a pigeon.
Yeah.
Alone.
Alone.
That's actually a really sad story. Yeah, it's pretty heavy, but
Yeah.
those drunk histories are fantastic.
Have you ever listened to Duncan Trussell's podcast?
I did a couple with Dingo when we did that cross country thing
Yeah.
once. We checked out a couple of his, but it was 2 and change years ago now. I couldn't tell
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
what
some of them are
the topic was.
Just absolutely hilarious. Like, he's one of the only podcasts that I listen to that actually takes the time to make his sponsors. He'll read out his sponsors' ads, but he'll just butcher them and turn them into an act.
Yeah.
Like, he'll actually write like a skit over it. Like he plugs Squarespace, like the website, building compound, whatever you'd call it. But he just goes on to, like, he uses points of, like, man, like these disgruntled, like, demon web designers that are trying to steal your money and, like, break into your home in the middle of the night.
Biting the hand that feeds a little bit,
He's
or what?
hilarious. Yeah, no, he's great. But I would really like to catch him. But
When's he
never through
through?
Calgary.
Do you know?
it's very soon. He's been talking about it being pretty imminent.
Well, if you guys want to come, you got a place to stay. Fucking couch it up.
I'm gonna look
Come
at
see a
that.
thing.
But, like,
He's got a nice couch.
we're getting
not bad.
married.
I've slept there.
Yeah, we're getting married, and that's where a lot of our funds are going into.
But it's like
right now.
It's like 3.5 tanks of gas.
I know, but it's like we drive out there, and then like we're not
And then
just
what?
gonna
You
stay
eat
for.
food like you eat here?
Well, no, but it's like we're not just gonna stay
You
for
stay at a place for free
night.
like
we're
you
gonna
stayed
we're gonna
here?
stay for a couple nights, and then have to feed
Come
ourselves
between
for
Motion
those
Ocean
couple
and
nights.
Shambhala. I'm gonna go back to the
we can
coast,
do.
I think,
If
anyway.
we're already out, like, if we're already out that way.
But dude, Mono is way closer to Calgary than it is
Yeah.
to
3
to
hours
Van.
from Calgary.
Yeah, like,
It's on the way, though.
I have a trend that I'm trying to break. I'm always historically late for my Mono sets because of traffic or weather.
And that damn time difference. I missed your set by like a full hour.
I didn't.
because of that
The
shit.
very
April
first
28th.
year, I was driving through the most epic rainstorms ever, and we got way late. I was only gonna have an hour, which is not nearly enough time to set up. And then when we rolled through Golden, we went through. My phone switched over, and I was like,
Oh, there goes that hour.
"It's in fucking mountain time. I'm on in 15 minutes."
Yeah.
And I'd never
God.
been to the site before, and I'd never found the road before, and I'm like screaming down there. I knew it was completely unsafe.
That's
I was
like a
I
30
haven't-
kilometer road or something
Yeah,
too.
this
It's
is
a
what-
beast.
it's
It's
like-
the longest one
I
I've
haven't
done.
flailed the show yet. I don't do that. If people are gonna go and show up and see it and care about what I'm doing enough to do that, I'm not gonna fuck it up.
How long
To
does
the
it
best
take
of
you to
my
set up?
ability? In a perfect world, half hour. But at this particular time, apparently that storm that I had driven through was fiercely thunder and lightning on the site, and it put the whole schedule back an hour. And that was the only reason that set didn't get fucked up. That was a very
So you're still without. You've never missed a set.
I don't like having these kind of conversations. So far, so good. Yeah.
So
But-
let's
Sorry. I didn't mean to
steer
throw
the
that on.
conversation. Callie just reminded me we wanted to give a shout out to Third Eye.
Oh, yeah.
This lovely
Right.
tapestry.
We've definitely mentioned this before.
Is this some Android Jones work that we're
It's,
looking
It
at?
it's
is,
an
yeah.
Android Jones piece. It's
Much
the,
love to Android Jones.
It's the album cover for Tipper's Forward Escape. It's called Mind Blown. Third Eye Pine Cones is also Third Eye Tapestries. They do both. They print
Pretty
a lot
stuff.
of. They print a lot of mugworts as well. They've got a lot of his work.
Cool.
And some other stuff as well. But we just realized we did a
I love how
podcast.
the Ford Escape vehicle came up in that search. Sponsored. Were you thinking that you impulse buy a Ford Escape right now? Just click here. We'll lock it down for you.
Oh my god, I need that.
Oh my god.
Scion TC.
Which part have I got? I think I've got this upper section.
Yeah,
here
we've got
with
the face down here, so you
Tibetan
Yeah, this
top.
is the
top. So
face
I've got
right
that.
here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this part is over right
There's
here.
a couple
And-
eye clusters.
Well, I was
One
actually
here.
the first one to spill a beer on this. I was worried about using this as our cover, but it's really pretty. It looks good on video.
It
So,
really does.
There's
but
battery
I
acid
definitely,
on it too.
yeah, I spilled beer and
It's so
battery.
colorful you
Battery
just can't
acid.
tell.
But
We're thinking it's it.
Keep burping.
one of our plans,
That's rude on
we've got
podcasts.
we got it lined up. Do you know Earthfolk? He does like that really cool, like his trademark is like the gray face with like the white eyes.
Yes.
Like they're all over Shambhala,
Yes.
everywhere. He lives in Calgary here, and I've been contacting him. We're gonna get him to do a piece on the end of the table here as like kind of like a feature piece.
Cool.
And the table, like this new wooden podcast table that we built, is going to eventually be covered in pieces of art from local artists.
That could be fun.
Because it's like a local podcast.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, that's one of the things that we're going to be
You
incorporating.
should do
into
like a raffle thing or something.
a raffle thing.
Yeah, such that like at some point during the podcast, somebody in a weird costume is gonna like walk through with like a number or something.
I have thought of that.
I like
once
that.
this person once you've got the password or whatever,
Yeah.
like write to this email and you're entered in the thing and you can win the whatever this week's cool local art thing is.
I've thought about that for maybe like
I'll give
getting
you guys some
tickets
shit
away.
for that. That'd be funny.
Yeah. Posters, t-shirts,
Oh,
something.
Yeah, I'll
Speaking of-
give you a whole bunch of crap.
Speaking of t-shirts,
Give me some
Tanner,
shit. I know, I stepped on the iPad, whatever.
did it stop the recording?
Nope, it's still going.
Are we sure? Is the episode still happening?
It's about to get
Are you
domestic.
still watching this right now?
Still going.
Execute.
Yeah, see, it's blinking.
That's not a word. Execute special order.
See, it's blinking. Okay,
937.
these new epic t-shirts.
Woohoo!
This is, I don't even know if you have any light here.
It's the t-shirt I've been meaning to make my entire life.
Yeah. These will be at all of the shows.
And while supplies last.
While supplies last. Long Walk Short Dog Doom t-shirts.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. And the new Doom comes out May 13th, the day I play in Red Deer, I think.
Dude, the trailers for that look
It's
nuts.
gonna be really hard to not. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna be busy all day, so there's no way. I have to. Yeah. Actually, I can't. Never mind.
I can see the frustration.
It doesn't matter. As May 14th, I am doing that all day. I cannot fucking wait. It's going to be awesome.
Did you
Pretty
get
sure
into-
that's the day you're in Red Deer
No,
working
is
with
it, no,
yeah.
is 14th the Red Deer show or is it 13th?
No.
I think it's 13th.
No, it's the weekend before. You're like 6, 7, 8 or something.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
6, 7,
No, there's a
in
double.
Calgary and
yeah.
Edmonton he is.
There's a double.
But
okay.
he's in Red Deer the weekend after with the Synthetic
Oh,
Crew.
yeah, Calgary
Shout out to
Fernie.
Synthetic Crew, MP
Yes,
Sounds.
I'm looking forward to coming back. Whatever day, obviously the show's my top priority. I'm not going to punter you out for a fucking video game, but I am going to be thinking about it nonstop. And I am going to go to Best Buy.
He's gonna
and
have
buy it.
blue balls. He's gonna
Whatever
walk around
day
5
that
pounds
is
heavy.
Sunday that I don't play after that show and another one's not announced yet is Doom Day.
Hell yeah.
Ah!
You are
See what you did there? Yeah.
Did you get into Fallout 4?
Yeah, I did. I basically lived out of. I lived inside that world for about 4 or 5 days straight. I would run outside and get like food and beers and whatever as fast as possible, and like it was really really strange to be out there, and I was just kind of like I gotta get back. Gotta make more crafting materials. I gotta steal phones and break them down for the circuit boards and shit. I got way into it, and then yeah, I went on tour again and I dropped it, and I gotta go back. I haven't
like
finished it.
Alien Isolation. I'm like near the end.
Yeah, I got really
haven't-
hypnotized by games sometimes, then I'll just drop it, and other
Yeah.
times it'll stay like
The problem-
on a controllable level of
The
hypnosis.
problem was like for me to jump, like if tonight, like we play it down here on the screen and shit.
Sweet.
It's nice to like do like 9 feet of
Big
Alien
yeah,
Isolation.
it's great.
But
It looks
to
really
jump,
good too.
To jump back into it right now, at the point of the game that I'm at,
Yeah,
it's like
To
shit.
relearn.
I'm rusty. I'm not quite like up to spec. The muscle
it's
memory. Of,
not very easy.
No,
Like,
it's
that
a-
game
No.
is tough. I think I'm gonna re-roll it. I've fallen off that one for a while. I never finished it. I think I'm gonna re-roll it and just play it on easy because at this point I'm more interested in the content than the challenge. I've got other things that are more pressing.
Oh, it's so
than,
visually stunning.
Especially when so much of it is waiting, like the quote unquote skill involved
Yeah.
is like waiting for this opportune moment.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a time burner for me, and
But it's sort of realistic. Like if you were in that situation, you would really have to utilize.
but that's why it's a great game.
Yeah.
If that's wicked, but I got some shit to do. I just want to see the is it
The
UAC?
climax.
The UAC worlds and like see the game. I haven't gotten to the part with the fucking mounted aliens gun yet.
the smart gun.
Yeah, I haven't got to that part
Is
yet.
the smart gun even in it?
I thought it was.
I don't know if it is. You got the flamethrower, right?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I've done that. The Android dudes, the Ash like clones and shit
Oh
are
man,
pretty funny.
yeah. I finally just got to the
I would
point where I
go
figured
down
out how to
to
dispatch them
Sister Banger.
like reliably because they were a
Or
bitch
this Shambhala.
for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
a
game.
good game.
Or that.
It was one of those ones again where I got really into it when it came out, and it wasn't that I had lost interest. It was that real life reality check is coming in, and this stuff has to be done like
Yeah.
in way in advance of checking this out. I'll just get back into it later, and then you know, life happens, and you just forget about it. So
basically the same thing. Like my own personal projects, just I didn't have the ability to just spend 7 days a week sitting down in the basement playing video games.
Sometimes I will get caught up like that, and then I'm just be like, I'm gonna beat this, or I won't be able to work.
Yeah,
I got it in my head that I was gonna platinum Bloodborne like for no reason, like a couple months ago, and I was after the expansion came out, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it, and I did it, and that was soul crushing.
And you did it.
I fucking bled for that. That was hard.
Yeah, the same thing with anything though. Whether
That was
it's
like the hardest thing.
Whether it's like video games or like even like series on Netflix or something, just every so often you
Yeah,
get
when the
sucked
new House
into
of Cards
something.
came out, I was just like, I gotta nuke this today. I'll do all my planning and clean up my house and just watch all of it, or I'm just not gonna
you
get
get
anything
sucked into
done.
something. It's like, fuck, I really, really feel like I should be like being creative or doing something, but just for the moment, just can't.
Well, you know, your interest is a
Balance.
fleeting fancy.
Balance.
You get into it. You don't
Have
get
you
into
watched The Wire yet?
You will never stop talking about.
I will
Breaking
never
Bad
stop getting
or The Wire.
No, fuck Breaking Bad. I don't really give a shit.
I
about
was
Breaking
doing a bit there. Anyway.
Fair enough. Okay, but The Wire though, watch it. Everybody.
I haven't seen it yet, and for the exact same reason that I haven't started it is because of what I just mentioned. Because I'll probably just get like choke.
You will. You'll just be addicted to it. You'll be like,
and then I'm gonna be like, okay, great. Now I just lost 2.5
I need more
days.
McNulty in my life, and then you'll be like, fuck McNulty, and then you'll miss.
That sounds like a
McNulty.
spoiler.
Ooh.
Spoilers have been proven
Dropping
by
bombs.
Harvard not to affect your outcome of
Oh
actually
my
enjoying
God.
something.
That's not true. I was totally pissed when I found out shit on the new Star Wars movie.
You were so pissed about it. If you were gonna be that upset about it, just go watch the movie in advance.
I know,
I'm
right?
sorry, just go watch it. It's out there.
No, I wasn't
Just
pissed.
watch it on a time frame that's convenient for me, another person,
I wasn't pissed.
so I
that
can talk about it. Some
was
nerve you have.
It was like 2 weeks after the movie had come
No,
out.
it
when
wasn't.
got
It was like
spoiled.
fucking 2 months, at least, wasn't it?
Yeah, so if it was 2 months, then who are you really angry at?
dies.
Han Solo's son kills him with a lightsaber.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to put a spoiler alert in the intro.
Dude,
Oh shit.
if you don't know that by
I'll give
now,
away the ending of the Batman movie if you want. I'll just wreck the shit out of it.
I don't
I'll
really
give you
care
the ending
about
of the
that
Batman movie. I haven't seen it yet.
Great, Superman
It's
dies.
Not good.
People are ripping that one apart though.
Oh yeah, apparently.
Why would they fight?
Have you seen the,
Why
the
would they
video
fight?
of
Let's
Ben
start
Affleck,
there.
like just staring off into space when they ask him a
No.
question about the negative reviews, and just like,
Aw.
and someone edits it together to the sound of silence. Yeah, totally. And he's just like,
Hello, darkness.
and then after like a minute of just a slow creep zoom in with the sound of silence playing, he just snaps and he's like, I completely agree. Because Superman's been answering the question for the rest of the time. Because, like, of course
God.
he's going to defend that movie because that's his whole career. is being
You ever seen
Superman.
those boiler room sets where they do like the live stream of the boiler room
Yes,
sets?
people
I
talking
saw-
about boiler room stuff all the time.
I saw a really good parody. It was like
awesome.
making fun of one of the boiler room sets.
Nice.
It was just like the most minimal track ever dropped, and like
yeah.
dude like drops the track, and it's literally just the sound of people's feet shuffling around in the room. Like there's no track, and everybody's
Everybody's just like-
grooving, but there's no music. All you hear is stomp, 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 stomp. And people are like,
The most minimal.
yeah.
The most
It was just like 6 minutes.
Sounds
of,
like they should play Bass Coast.
Yeah, it was.
I
good.
love Bass Coast. I just love minimalism so much. I actually got an email from them this year. It's like there's a lot of minimalism. You may have difficulty with it. They're just like, except that you understand my love of breakbeats, though. That's all.
just need
Oh
guys.
man!
that
Every time I
1
see a
year,
picture on this
there will
screen
be
of
guys
Fozzie
there.
Fest Beach, I just lose it.
I know.
Festival's so beautiful.
Let's skip this because this is literally 20 minutes of the dudes drinking. There's like
16
no
minutes and
footage
40
even.
seconds.
It's just like and then that's Bill Murray doing something. Let's go down to the Shambhala thing.
Speaking of your work, I guess.
Oh wait,
if
you
we-
mean the dudes, the band, the dudes, right?
The dudes, yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
dudes are
That was
an
Maddie.
awesome band of really cool guys. And
Yeah.
everyone should
I
go
went
see
to high
them.
school with their drummer, and he's one of the first people I ever jammed with.
He was
still
that
killing
guy
it.
who was bartending that night. I got drunk and fell asleep
That
in
is
Broken
correct.
City.
That is correct. I'm going to see him right as soon as we're done here. As a matter of fact.
Chicka
Nice.
chicka.
Yeah, you want
Excellent.
to come get us some Velvet Fox?
Get on the
Get on the bus.
So I guess you don't want to finish the Shambhala video after this.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah.
We'll do it, but
Eventually.
it's gonna take some time. We don't have time, dude. What time is it?
Oh, really?
It's actually some
Why don't
amount
we
of,
have time, Dave?
It is 11 o'clock.
You know.
You guys want to wrap it up?
We could. We're pretty much at 2 hours right now. This has been a
What?
yeah.
Oh no.
Hour 55 and 48
Holy
seconds.
fuck.
Yeah. Cool.
Wow, we went a long ass time.
It's easy
This
when
is
it's
a lot
just
more like
shooting shit.
hanging out than a podcast.
It totally is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
the
show
last one
friends.
that we did, that was our second one that we did with you, was 2 hours. But
I
we
thought a
lost
bunch of
half
that
of
got
it.
garbled, Tron.
It did.
We
So what
lost
are we
most
trying
of
to
it,
make
so-
it up with this filler? Or what?
Absolutely.
Cheers, guys.
Fuck yeah. Thanks for coming, guys,
Yeah,
and thank you,
anytime.
motherfucker, for coming back to fix our terrible mistake
Yeah,
Oh,
we
whatever.
finally got this this podcast project
I'll
running
just come by
efficiently.
and
every single
even
time.
if it, like do another one if there's someone else in town. I'll just come by and I'll be like that guy on the Tom Green show that sits in the window that's just like it doesn't say much but he just laughs at like milk getting sprayed all over Glen.
The live laugh
It's not
track.
like we don't hang out regardless, like every time you come through Calgary.
Well, it's a
anyway,
pretty
just
good
like, "Oh, what's going
guaranteed
on?"
hang too.
Yeah.
You know, like it'd be
Yeah.
like okay, well this way at least I get to see them and then I'll probably convince them to like go drink beers with
Go
me
to
somewhere.
Broken
Yeah.
City or something.
You guys wanna-
Broken City
you guys
got told
wanna
to
go
turn
Broken
the
City?
fuck down. Did you hear
That's from the
that?
patio thing. I did hear about that. I doubt it'll stand. They'll get their
Yeah.
way. Like, fucking, you guys are probably too young for this. Did you go? You know the embassy? Was the embassy a thing when you were here?
The embassy. That's not the bank, was it? Or no?
No, it was.
I'm just
It was
a
one of
wee
the. It
man.
was one of the first clubs I was going to a lot when I
Where
decided I liked dance music.
where was it?
Dude, I don't even know. I want to say 10th, but I can't actually remember because this would have been pre.
I do recognize the name, but
2002,
I know
and
I've definitely never been there.
It's gone. They had a rooftop patio that was really kick-ass. They used to have a lot of Bermuda Shorts Day after parties
Oh,
there.
yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
The university crowd.
Yeah.
I used to go there. I
Yeah.
was turning a bunch of pseudo film classes into a quote-unquote film thing, and then I decided, well, this is impossible. I'm going to... The only reason I wanted to do this in the first place was to put music I liked with some footage I shot,
Yeah.
which is something that's a lot more applicable to your
I really
skill
like
set.
it. I just gotta say, I really
that's
like
all,
it.
That's all I wanted to do. And then I was just kind of like, what? You mean I just can't use like Nine Inch Nails' entire discography for this depressing movie I want to make? Well, fuck the film industry. Yeah, so that was kind of the end of that. I was
Worked
like,
for 7 though.
huh?
Worked for 7 though.
Well, he's got to
That's
be
what
on
I said
board.
happened.
It,
And
no, it
Natural
is
Born
totally
Killers.
still recording, right?
I know.
That light is blinking. It's
I
just.
pointed out to you and you were like, no, it's totally fine, man.
I'm
And we have
sorry,
to
I
apologize
stepped
to
on the
Matt
iPad.
Damon because we've run out of time.
Tanner stepped on the iPad. We got some shit to fix.
Oh, did it really?
Did it really
tank
KO?
out?
No,
Like, the
it's still
camera's
recording. It's still making flashes, but the
The audio.
program itself is just... No, the audio is fine.
Let me just make sure. 'cause,
Is it?
man,
Is
this one fucks up.
it? The precious.
It's like a tradition.
Yeah.
If you have Dave around, something will get fucked up. What a microcosm that is.
God damn it, Dave.
No, actually, yeah, the iPad doesn't matter. Like the camera.
iPad's just showing us feedback of what's going on the screen. It's fine. You know
Dr.
what?
Grant is not machine compatible.
All right.
What if
sorry,
that
Dave.
kid grew up to be Chris Pratt in the new one?
Whoa.
Wow, man.
That could be cool.
Right?
Dum dum.
He
It's like the
Brings it
only
to
way the new movie could be
Here
cool.
or here. Or maybe across the belly, spilling your intestines.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's
point
like
is,
1 hour 59.
You
We pretty
are
much
alive
recorded 2
Yeah,
when
hours.
they
we got
start
some-
to eat you.
Cool.
Get some 2 hours.
Don't ever watch that movie with me. I'll ruin it for you. I know every line. Every fucking line. It's retarded.
This is Dave. Dave is scary.
Yeah, sorry. I like that part. And he freaked out the kid that was being an asshole. That
Yeah, it's
doesn't
good.
look very scary. Looks more like a big turkey.
Shout out to turkeys.
Yeah.
All right. You want to drop the bomb? We'll end it there.
Is that everything on your list? Let's
I
see
think
what else
we've
you have.
lost it.
Well, there was some other stuff that I was going to
Summer
ask.
plans.
is there other subjects?
Moonbeam.
Oh, the
City.
360
Moonbeam City. Have you
Just gonna
seen
bring up
Moonbeam City?
No.
Do you know that? It's this.
It's on your list, dude.
How do you describe it?
It's this
a little
cartoon
bit like
about
Archer.
a police force that is like... The way that the cartoon is designed looks like it's come from the 80s. Like super neon and...
Here, let's just.
Like a Rankin Bass. Do you get that reference? Yeah, you know.
Just do it. We'll wrap it up with a little bit of a scene from Moonbeam City because y'all would appreciate.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Just do the theme. Just do the theme. Don't give them any trailer.
trailer.
All right, check it.
Okay, you got to see this.
FHE,
Not too loud.
man. I like their choice to have Rob Lowe involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this looks kind of... Oh, domed.
It's actually hilarious.
It kind of looks like Far Cry Blood Diamond style, or like...
Take your statement.
This depraved recipe is born of felony and
It looks like
Main
animated with
character's name is
Flash.
Dazzle Novak.
I like how periodically your show devolves into all 4 of the guests watching something
Yeah.
on the TV.
Yeah, this
It's
is
just like
sucks
some
for
weird
SoundCloud,
meta
but-
shit. Yeah.
It's encouraging to watch the video.
Actually, I went through kind of like our view stats recently, and we are getting more views on YouTube than we are SoundCloud. So
That's cool. I'm totally just listening to them on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I'm the worst for that. You guys would be like, you'll start talking about something in one of my videos, and I'll be like, damn, I really want to see that to satisfy my ego right now. I need to be on YouTube.
well, yeah. See, I primarily listen to podcasts while I work, just over my headphones. So
For me, it's when I'm in transit. It's like on the bus or something.
yeah,
I'm like-
totally.
Because if I was walking around listening to drum and bass, I would just fucking ruin life for everyone. It's just like,
Yeah, I like driving to drum and bass, but only when there's no one else around.
yeah, like no.
I like driving to Psytrance. Mad, ridiculous,
you drive
full
fast.
on Psytrance.
Driving to Psytrance, I feel
So
like I'm in a
fast.
Danny Boyle movie and I'm gonna die. 'cause
I'm
that's what
pretty
happens.
sure. I'm pretty sure the reason that my Intrepid blew up on the way to Shambhala is because on the way.
Bertha.
Bertha
I'm
the Intrepid.
surprised you
Bertha
remembered
the
that.
boat. Yeah.
Bertha will be remembered.
Bertha blew up probably on the way to Shambhala because of the fact that driving my coworker Sawyer out to Astral Harvest, jamming to Psytrance. I don't even know how I got this car to hit 170, but we did.
What?
Oof. That's
Oh, you
fast.
never told me that.
It was going down. It was definitely
Yeah.
going down a hill, and we were
It's either that
passing
or you pull
somebody.
over and fall
Just
asleep.
because the
Astral Harvest is so
numbers
far
are
away.
Yeah, buddy.
I want to fly there this year.
Speedometer
Really
doesn't
bad.
mean that they're
I don't know if I
necessarily
can make it
meant to
work,
be
but I want
achieved.
to.
I think
170.
mine goes up to 240 or something. It was just like...
The speedometer goes that
if
high,
I
but
live
it's like
to see
no
the
way.
speedometer hit that, it'll be for about...
Yeah.
That was literally that was
Lights
like.
up.
I'm pretty sure that my speedometer went up to 240 as well, but like 170 was me pedal to the metal going down a hill passing somebody. That was as much as it topped out.
I think 160 or 165 is the fastest I ever going. My car going.
Yeah.
But it started to get a little skatey, and you can really feel the wind
Yeah.
at that point. And
See, mine
then
was,
it's
like,
kind of
so
like,
low.
all right, I'm now messing with forces that are beyond my control.
The
and this is
Intrepids are like really low to the ground. They're
I'm
very
familiar with the
aerodynamic
Intrepid,
and
yeah.
they're heavy. Like they're like fucking boats. So that was just like still smooth sailing. It was fine.
Well,
Now that I found out that
to Bertha, may she rest in
Here's to Bertha.
car
170 kilometers an hour caused the fire.
Clack.
Shout
No,
out.
the leak that you didn't tell me about before I left caused the fire.
This is the part where it's just like, you know what, turn that off.
This is Genesa ThoughtLab signing off with Longwalkshortdock and
And
Rebel Cause Films.
Rebel Cause Films, Jim Vanderhorst, and Dave King.
Thanks for having us
Yeah.
again. And letting us get drunk in
Well,
your
let's
basement.
wrap this
Every
up.
time.
And
It always
we have like
happens. We should give
25
me
years
rum
left.
this time. I'll be better off about that.
Yeah. Well,
Nope.
all right.
And we're done.
Signing off.
Master Cylinder.
Those are no-nos. Wanna see just how my grass grows.